I was planning on it.
Good.
Unless somebody's gonna ambush me.
No, you know what? We should let Patrick do it.
I've never done it, and I'm not going to.
Okay, Chico, you're up.
Hello, internet. If Padre's son is watching, get off of YouTube. Stop watching YouTube.
YouTube.
For your own safety.
Damn it.
For the sake of our lives.
Padre's son is watching. Get off. Him and his last rocket, Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher Rocket. Idea for new podcasts. The Jolly Rancher Rocket.
Jolly Rancher Rocket band name called it. I have so many fucking questions. Are they building an actual physical rocket that launches out of the atmosphere, or are they seriously making something like a popsicle?
No, they were trying to build an engine. The components. They're trying to make the components for a rocket engine that they will launch from the backyard.
Thank you, public schools.
like how high? How high does that go?
Okay, well, the last one that I saw when they did it out of gummy bears went about 500 feet in the air.
Gummy bears?
Pro tip, people. Pro tip. Don't Google Jolly Rancher Rocket. The Urban Dictionary is scary.
Yeah, that I figured out. I didn't say it. Now we're on to gummy. I'm on the wrong fucking podcast. Where the hell are we?
This is my life.
Welcome to the Keyforge podcast. Jesus, that game. Fuck.
Forged in fire.
Welcome to the future. Oh my god.
Yeah, the future's great. It's sunny.
Well, no, like I have kids, and eventually I'm gonna be watching them fucking with a pan, melting some sort of candy, and saying, "Dad, I'm building a rocket." I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, of course you are."
You know what you do with that? You put it on your YouTube channel. That's what
put it on a YouTube channel.
Come on, Padre, get with it.
Do I do that before or after I get the fire extinguisher and put out my kitchen?
Yeah, basically.
I'm just amazed he didn't scream at him, "This is why I have heart problems!"
Everything is fine now.
Everything's at the moment.
I think you meant to say everything is awesome.
Excitement, Jolly Rancher rockets.
Well, at least we weren't on live when that was going on.
I wish we were. That would have been fucking perfect.
I'm so sad that we didn't get that recorded.
You know, sometimes when you walk out of your house and you look at your 13-year-old son and you go, "Don't blow anything up," you really mean it.
Yes.
And especially the part where you were yelling something like, "Not in those pants."
Pans.
Pans. Okay, gotcha.
Not those pans.
I was like, what is going on with these Jolly Ranchers? Are there right pants for Jolly Ranchers?
Joey Buttafuoco pants.
Oh, please.
Oh my god. Yeah. So X-Wing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're here about X-Wing, right?
What's that?
X-Wing is nothing. X-Wing 2nd edition is going to be wonderful.
It will be.
Yes, it is.
Everyone will roll natties.
And I will be finding that out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So jealous.
Yes, we all are.
It's true.
All right,
AJ, we're
Chico's
just jealous of anybody who can get off the island.
She keeps getting off the island.
Hey, I'm getting off the island next weekend. I'm on another raiding party to Sydney next weekend.
I've never seen your island on a map, so I don't think it exists.
I used to live in Sydney.
It's secret. No one's meant to find it.
It's an Easter egg.
It's right next to Hobbitown.
Yeah, look for the short people with furry feet.
It's where us X-Wing nobodies farm potatoes.
That's true. Oh, I thought I had a potato down here.
I hope the Irish didn't teach you.
You want a potato?
Oh my god, does anyone know who sent that potato to Minox? That was brilliant. I owe that person a drink.
It had to be the Fosses.
Probably.
I thought they did it themselves.
Yeah, that sounds like something they would do.
It's hilarious, though.
I know, right? If I'd known that was a thing, I would have done that.
That's the only nice thing I'll say about the Fosses.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Yes.
Can you feel the love tonight? Oh my word!
I said,
Brian Farmer, I have some beef.
Oh, beef. I like beef.
To all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I miss McDonald's.
Things that Padre can't eat.
Self-hearted.
Don't just eat regular food. Don't eat McDonald's. It's horrible.
Yeah, but my shirts are fitting a lot better.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Mine are too, because of that stupid crate thing.
I want to start that, but my watch died.
But what does your watch have to do with a running group?
How does it track it?
I just do it off my phone.
I am curious. I'm curious about this thing. So it's the 5K, right?
Yes.
Cool. Jumpmaster 5000, get it. But you guys all talking miles. Are you converting? Is this happening? Are you actually joining the rest of the world?
God, I wish.
No, we were taught both because we're better.
The metric system is amazing.
It is.
How is it amazing? It makes absolutely no sense.
Are you shitting me, Padre?
That's it.
It's like, oh man, how do I get to that bigger number? Multiply by 10. How do I get to that smaller number? Divide by 10. Tell me, how many ounces are in a gallon?
64.
Why?
And today on Chico Rage,
it's like ounces, cups, and just quarts and all this dumb shit. It's like, no, you got meters, kilometers, millimeters, centimeters. I mean, just prefix thing done.
I want a goddamn liter of cola.
So much easier.
Excuse me, paging Mr. Tippett.
I want a goddamn liter of cola. That's what I want. A liter of cola.
Well, I'm drinking 1.05 quarts of pink lemonade tonight.
How much sugar is in there?
A liter of water because I can't have alcohol while driving.
I don't know how much. That's 1 liter. I think it's a liter. Yeah, it's 1 liter. I don't know how much sugar it's in here because my wife's not here right now. So if she's not here, I can't get yelled at for it.
Flawless logic.
It doesn't exist.
And the odds of her watching an X-Wing channel fall somewhere lower than slim and none.
Basically.
You know, my wife will not play the game with me, unlike Patrick's wife.
Is my camera screwed up? Kiefer said that I look like skinny.
Pixelated. You look pixelated.
Are you compliment fishing?
No, seriously. I was just making sure there's nothing wrong with my camera.
Sorry, I'm still in smack talk mode. I can't help it.
That's fine. I'll take it, though.
Yes, Josh, Sarah is driving.
I have lost 20 pounds over the summer because of this stupid crate thing.
Oh, God, I gained 10.
Hey, so it's working.
Yes, the shame is working. Like, super working.
I wanted that goddamn t-shirt, so that's why I started.
I've run the Jumpmaster 5K 4 times this week.
Wait, so you just have to do it once to get the shirt? Or do you have to do it several hundred times?
You just have to do it once. And if you joined before like June, you got the shirt for free. If you joined after June, he's charging you to ship it out to you.
I feel like he would charge me anyway, regardless.
No, yeah, to ship it out there. Yeah.
He would charge you twice.
Most likely. What if I say mean things about the Fosses?
So AJ, you received your package already.
I did, and I have to say one massive shout out to everyone in OCX. That was really well received. Currently looking at running an illegal store champ around the first weekend of September, trying to do one before 2.0 drops. So
nice.
we will thank you guys officially, and we will send lots of photos of people enjoying everything.
Excellent, and that the funny thing is, I sent everything out at the same time. Australia has yet to get their stuff. So you were special in Hobbit Town.
We're always special in Hobbit Town.
FFG probably intercepted it and said, no!
No, the Foss has lost it.
Probably.
Well, they said that like their store championship kits that they like gave to the distributor never made it back out to the stores. Like,
No.
That was your mistake, giving product back to the distributor.
At least they got store champ kits. We're still waiting for ours.
You are so not getting them.
I know, right?
I mean,
At this point, don't even fucking bother. You should send them back. Disrespect. Send them back. Fuck them.
well, by the time you
Return
get them,
sender.
you'll get them on September 14th.
Sounds about right.
Just take the dice. Leave. Jesus. Does everyone have the show notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Look, I want you guys to see something.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're digital. Guys. Look
Don't
at
show those to the masses. They can't know that they're real.
it. Coach isn't here. Of course we have show notes.
Yes.
Sorry, Coach.
Well, Coach might be joining at some point.
Excellent.
Sober or
One question. One
No,
question.
not sober.
Not sober.
Because
Will he be
Thank
drunk?
the house that they're staying in, they got an Airbnb, and they left them multiple bottles of liquor and said, "There you go."
Oh my. Okay.
Wow.
Evidently, they're staying in like a mansion.
That was a
Yeah.
mistake.
I want to
that'll
go
be
to
good
there.
because last show was definitely off.
If you're trying to jump in while we're talking, we can barely hear you.
Oh, me? Sorry. I'm driving, so there's a lot of background noise.
Yeah,
What is your-
we're just saying you're super quiet.
Sarah, what is your ETA to anything there?
Okay, so I just left southern Chicago area, or I'm currently leaving. I'm not quite to Indiana. I think I still have about 2.5 to 3 hours until I get to my Airbnb.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good God.
Then I think from there, once I unload my stuff, I'm going to drive to the convention center because apparently the will call is open like all night.
Yep.
Oh
So I'll
yeah,
just get
yeah.
my,
The best time to
my
go
will-
is like 1 in the morning. Like
I'll
no
get it
one.
tonight at like midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever. So when the vendor hall opens tomorrow, I can just walk in. Well, waddle in with the rest of those lines, but you know what I mean.
Sanity. I'm
And
sure
the
there's
first
people
goddamn
already.
place I'm going is Fantasy Flight Booth.
Everyone's wish list.
Patrick, you need to slide over to your right a little bit.
No,
or
I
you need to
don't.
move your camera a little bit to the left. Something.
This is the way. This is
But
the way
he's
I
the
lean.
corner cowboy.
Yeah, this is the way I lean. Oh, no, that didn't work either. Hold on, let's move this. Oh, now I felt my camera.
Mistakes were made.
Now my camera fell.
Now look what you did.
This is Padre's fault
How is this my fault?
because it was working perfectly.
Don't
There we
change
go.
something if it ain't broke.
Exactly.
Everything was working great until my son tried to blow our house up.
Jolly Ranchers.
Alrighty. Should we get started?
I think so. Go ahead, Chico.
Are we doing this? Okay.
We're doing this.
I'm muting. I don't want to interrupt it.
You can't mess it up any worse than Coach.
Oh, I'm gonna try. I don't think you're ready for this. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio, and it's time to rock it from the Delta pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to OCX Radio Podcast, coming to you live from everywhere but downtown Orange City, Iowa. On today's episode, Chico's got beef with a whole country. Patrick postulates his points on the published point values. AJ explains why she's more than just a pretty face and an exotic accent. Then we visit the nursing home to see what's going on with Padre. And finally, we will try to contain our emotions while discussing everything we saw in the FFG in-flight report. I'm Chris Chico Brown, and here to answer the riddle of what happens when a drunk Armenian, an angry Kiwi, and Father Time walk into a bar, the OCX 2.0 crew. How y'all doing?
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, yo. Angry?
Oh,
I'm not angry.
I'm doing great now, Chico. Now that they wheeled me out of, the old folks home.
You're on so many uppers and downers, nobody knows what's going on.
My God, somebody go get me my drugs.
Wait, wasn't that the giant bottle of pink sugar water you had going on?
Yep.
Oh, it is. It's mine, and it makes me happy.
So what is everybody drinking? I've got the end of the bottle of my Jack Honey.
I am drinking brisk juice drink, pink lemonade from concentrate with other natural flavors.
Natural, sure.
Coffee, because work hours.
I just finished tea to cure my caffeine hangover because I'm not working. I'm on vacation, so I forgot to drink that. Then I'm going to be switching to beer.
Excellent. I don't want to be drinking alone.
No, nobody likes to.
I am currently drinking water because I am driving. So
Oh yeah, we have a senior convention correspondent, Sarah, in her car frantically driving to Gen Con. So she will also be joining us in and out. So
the on-site reporter is not quite on-site.
Yeah, we might be checking in later with Ketch, and also the rest of the OCX crew is out there, and who the hell knows when they'll jump in. So I'm sure we'll have to deal with that.
Yep.
So yeah, first thing we got going on. What's new with everybody? Been a while since we've seen the OCX 2.0 crew. So what's going on with everybody?
Well, FFG just made massive announcements and dropped massive things. So of course we're here. This is how this works, don't you know?
That's what happened last time. It's becoming an interesting theme.
You guys go on vacation. We pick up the slack.
And make good things happen. You forgot about that, Padre.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to Gen Con this year. I wasted all of my time off on family events, Adepticon, and Worlds. So I was not able to do Gen Con this year. Super sad about that. But
you got your hockey tournament coming up, though.
I've been to one store champ. I dropped after one match because my stream was dropping randomly, and that's about it.
So your stream was dropping, so you dropped.
Yes. For some reason, my camera kept shutting off, so I was like, all right, fuck it. I went straight forward with my B-Wings. Yes, a B-Wing. Lowrick and whatever, Jess Palva at a Miranda. My friend had determined there's no way he's going to joust me. Motherfucker, I jousted. And I lost.
Oh.
But I almost took out Miranda in one shot.
So I had a store championship and I won. There were only 8 people there, so it wasn't huge.
Welcome to my reality.
Right.
But you won.
We only played 3 rounds. And it's nice having 8 people because everybody gets the range rulers, everybody's happy. And I got to beat Luke in the final game, so that was nice to take him down and be 1 and 2 right there at the end. I was flying Vermeil with Krennic, so he Krennics himself and the ISB and all that jazz on there, and then 2 silencers, and each one had fire control systems and advanced optics. So
a list I lovingly call Silence of the Jams.
I had not heard that name, but
I've been running it for a couple of months now. I was planning on maybe taking it to Sydney next weekend, but yeah, no, I've been running the same thing. I know, right? Double silencers. People go, what the fuck?
And they're constantly like modded, so they just tear into things, and everybody's afraid of Vermeil, so they go after him first. So
always.
It was a lot of fun, and I narrowly took down Luke. He was running Ray Lowrick, so he doesn't care about jam at all. But fortunately, I got some really nice crits on Ray, and basically made it so anytime he moved, he was stressed or taking damage.
Nice.
So
he does mind it if you have Magva, which I do.
Right, yeah. Okay. So we are going to move on to we'll go into the beef section, and then AJ, you can give us a rundown of how your tournament over in the mainland went.
Excuse me?
over in Australia, whatever you guys call it over there. the slightly bigger island.
The West Island of New Zealand.
There you go. So the Fosses got on Minoc and just talked trash for a long time, and I remember that long time because I was out running listening to that podcast, and they just wouldn't shut up. And at one point, they decided to drop some beef on me, so I feel like I have to respond. They started talking about their oh so wonderful software that they have out there running their tournaments that they call Turntable.
Tabletop TO.
Well, there's Tabletop TO, but then Australia also has Turntable, which I'll admit those guys do some cool things, and I've got no beef with them, but I've got some fucking beef with Boss Brothers because they then said yeah, Cryodex is shit. We use this other stuff. Well, look, motherfucker.
Like what the actual fuck?
Here it comes.
This software that you guys are oh so loving is about 5 years late. Like 1.0 is just over. And who did they love throughout all those years before you came along? Yeah, Cryodex, baby. And just to throw on top of there, like, hey, all of those system opens, who ran those? All of the European nationals and whatever they call those over there, who ran those? Cryodex. You know why? Because it's the only software out there that can do a 2 intro day into a final cut day correctly. And even FFG admitted that behind closed doors, so you'll never hear that. But I suppose Australia really wouldn't understand that, seeing as how they don't get those big tournaments. Sorry about your luck.
And as Mark just pointed out, Turntable is in one store.
Right. I talked to the developer a while back because I was really interested in the stuff he was doing. Because me and Sozin a long time ago, we were like this is like the creme de la creme. If we could do this, this is what software should be. Unfortunately, it's like I've only got so much time, so I literally can't do that because I just don't have the time to do it. But yeah, they're on the right path of what software can and should do. The only problem is even the developer admitted to me when I talked to him last time that it is only at the point that only he can run it because it's still got so many quirks that it's not user-friendly at all.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Only he can run it.
That's how Cryodex was at the first event. Is like, if I wasn't there, I wouldn't be comfortable it running any event. Like, until I really polished it. It was
exactly you wouldn't smack talk with a duct taped together piece of shit.
right. But they're doing some really cool things, like you being able to enter your lists into your phone onto the program. It notifies your opponent what your list is. You can enter the score on your phone, and it automatically does everything. It's like super awesome. What software should be, but it ain't there yet. Maybe one day when X-Wing 3.0 comes out. Till then, I'll be running things. So that's my little bit of smack talk. But so AJ, you want to drop some more smack on him?
Oh, I need to issue a correction. Travis claimed to have created my list. He claimed, right?
Well, he claims a lot of things, AJ.
I know. Anyway, we went back and checked this. So a guy called Julian Hood from the ACT is the guy who originally came up with it. He was running it back in December 2017 at their casual sort of Ace of Aces kind of little event. He took it to the Queensland Regional in December, handily beat Jaren with it. Just going to remind everyone of that little fact. And then good old Travis didn't run Joustero until January. Just going to put that out there. So you didn't create it, Travis. You owe Julian an apology.
Fake news. Travis is fake news.
Oh, we all know this, right? An X-Wing nobody I might be, but don't claim my list.
Hey, don't worry. Just like Sarah, we're making you famous. I don't hear any wrecking of cars.
And hey, these potatoes came third, so you know, not bad.
Speaking of potatoes, that fucking potatogram, hilarious.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that was a thing. It's brilliant. I love it.
That's almost better than glitter bombs.
For those at home, what the fuck is a potatogram?
Okay, so if you go to the Minoc Facebook group and scroll down a whole bunch until you see a potato, stop there. That's what it is. You get onto this company and say, I want to send a almost like a birthday card to somebody, but they do it on a potato.
Potato.
And then they ship the potato to the person.
And you know what? If we're going on about beef still, sorry, I got a lot of beef about this. They went on about potato lists. You know what? They brought a fucking potato list. One of their Swarm player, a guy who exclusively plays Swarms, does really well with them. He brought Ghost Ezra. Now, I'm sorry, who's potato farming?
That son of a bitch.
Shame.
Yep. Shame. Ding!
Yes. But no, it was a fantastic fucking weekend. Met some cool people. Possibly the biggest tournament I've ever been to. Sad as that may be, 48 players, but it was some high-level X-Wing, game after game. There's no dropping. There's no, oh, I just played Ben Doyle, now I get to drop to the bottom tables. No, it's, I just played Ben Doyle, now I'm going to go play Travis Foss.
And oh man, more beef for the freaking Minocs. They were saying, I wish we could do this in the US. They need to get in contact with Ryan Fleming. Because out here in Pennsylvania, they already do. They got a whole bunch of teams together. They did that exact same format, and that's the same format that Crate Cup did. Yes. So I mean, it's out here. They're doing it. So there you go.
So who else has got beefs then?
Ugh,
that's all my beef.
I always got beef.
All right, go Patrick. I want to hear your beef.
Oh, I've got beef.
All right, go, Sarah.
It's the people who, even though 1.0 is on its deathbed, they still bring ghost pens to store champ.
Yeah, what the fuck is with that?
Well,
and I'm showing up with 2 fire sprays, and I just cry a little bit inside because I just want to win the store champ with fire sprays.
Well, I'll admit I understand why people are bringing tryhard lists, is because they put prizes out there that were tryhard worthy. Now, top 1 and 2, I will never use those. You know, and that makes me super sad. Why they didn't put the 2nd edition on the back, whatever. But like all the way up to like the top 4 is like, those are prizes that are 2nd edition compatible, and I was super excited for those. So much so that I judged the first store champ I could, just for the fact that, oh, I'll get all the prizes and then I don't have to try hard. And then by not trying hard, I won a store championship.
Oops, I won a store championship.
Whatever, just kind of fell into that one.
Okay, you want a kit tourney with store championship prizes.
Right.
It was 8
right.
people.
I'll admit that. Yeah. 8 people.
Hey, that's my everyday reality for store champs. Don't knock the 8-person tournament. Wait till you get 10, and then one person has to miss out on prizes.
That's nearly your regionals.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, so I think Sarah gives us a decent segue of talking about 1.0 and people still trying hard and stuff. So for 1.0, now that it's pretty much gone, I mean, there's still like 1 tournament, there's a couple store championships left, but for me, it's over. So I'm just going to declare it over because I'm all that matters in my own little world. So
can we declare it over after next weekend? Thanks. I need people to care until then so I can practice.
It's already next weekend on that side of the world anyways.
It's true.
So
we need it to be over after the 18th of August because that's my store championship.
Good Lord, you're just stretching it. All right, so in 1.0, what are you gonna miss? What are you gonna regret about like not doing, or like what does the past look like when you look back on it?
Oh, the stackable actions of actions of actions.
Stackable actions. Okay.
Yeah, because it definitely seems like they're trying to push away from that. They got some like built in, but they've built them in very specifically that it's very limited.
Jake is still going to be able to do the same shit, but it's an A-wing, so nobody cares.
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'll miss, but I know what I regret. I never went to nationals. I've never been to 1.0 nationals.
I'm right there along with you. Well, I've been to, just like from judging, but I have never played in an event over a regionals. I've judged 2 worlds. I've judged, North American Championship, multiple system opens. I've judged them all. I've never flown in them.
Got to judge them all.
Well, 2.0, I am declaring that I'm going to be much more of a player than a judge.
You say that now.
Yeah, until they come a calling.
Place your bets. Place your bets, people.
Oh, God. Now we're skipping to the next part. To place your bets.
Right.
For me, the thing that I'm going to say that I never got to, my biggest regret is I never got to a world championship or a national. The closest thing I ever did was a systems open. I did regionals and I've done, store champs, but I've never had the giant aspect where it's international community. I mean, here in Michigan, let's face it. I mean, Canada shows up all the time because, you can spit across the water and there they are. But I've never had the opportunity to meet guys from England or from Germany or from any of the UK for a giant world type tournament. I think that would have been cool. I probably would have gotten my butt kicked completely, but I think it would have been great to have that camaraderie with everybody. I never got that with the 1.0, and I think 2.0 is going to be so radically different that we're not going to have the same feel. When it comes.
You said you've been to a system open. Was that the one in Ohio just recently?
Yeah. And that was as
people were there.
Probably maybe 100 odd. It was no bigger than Michigan.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
100's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100 is something I can only but dream of.
Yeah. The way you were talking, Padre, there was like 20 people there.
Well, in my
it was a lot smaller, but then again, I'm trying to compare to the Chicago System Open, which was like 150 day. It was fucking insane.
Yes.
Well, I think it was still fun. I mean, we still had far-reaching events. I mean, there was people from a good section of, I'll call it the Northeast and parts of the South here in the United States. And of course, PTL showed up from Toronto and all of that kind of stuff. But it just, like I say, it wasn't a huge conglomeration of everybody just focusing in on there. The stories that, we heard you and Coach and Stu's talking about, from Worlds was just a fantastic experience. And I think it's going to be gone, like I say, with 2.0. I don't think it'll be the same vibe because of the tournament structure.
I don't know. I think it might take them a little bit to pick up, but I think it'll get back to 1.0 level events. But it might take a little bit of time to cycle in new players.
Well, Sarah, I think his point is that because of the new structure where you have to win to get to the next level, those big tournaments like Worlds isn't going to be the same. It's going to be much more like Coruscant, where it's like a smaller group. It's not going to be a massive number of people from all over the world all joining at the same time.
I see what you mean. Have they have SFG said at all approximately like how many players they plan on for premier events like that? I don't know if they've said anything.
Yeah, I don't have any any bearing on that.
Okay.
I haven't
Because,
seen
they
anything.
could easily, even though it's like winning you're in, they could easily extend it out to 200 players and still have a 200-player world.
Right.
But I do see your point on that.
I think the only thing I'm concerned about is when you limit who can get in based on performance, it makes it harder for people to plan to want to go. Especially for people overseas, over in Europe and stuff. I know a lot of those guys had to miss out when we had the whole clusterfuck with the lottery system, because they didn't make the first lottery in, and it was like near impossible or like prohibitively expensive to get flights.
I thought they were fixing that though, because now they're going to like guarantee spots earlier.
Right. Hopefully. I mean, yeah. I really hope they do. I don't want anybody from overseas being in that position of, well, I can't go, waited too long. It's like, I want a spot in, but I can't go. It's like that sucks. Like, that would suck so hard.
I'm just coming for the tailgating party. If I play X-Wing, that's a bonus.
Right.
That's so expensive.
If I can't win my way into that one, maybe I'll judge that one. Dang it! See, it's already happened. God.
You fucking traitor.
Well, I think that went, what, 7 minutes? For
there you go. Who had it?
Damn you all. All right, so I think that kind of brings us into the next segue of what are you looking forward to in 2.0, and let's not stretch into the stuff we learned tonight, because we're gonna wait until as far as we can into the podcast before we break into that.
But
no, we can't. I'll start off. Okay, so there's a lot of people know that I've had a lot of, shall we say, some health issues this year. I'm probably done playing competitive X-Wing. I can't stand up long enough to do these things. So what I'm looking forward to is focusing my attention on running the 2.0 tournaments. And the thing that I'm looking forward to is gathering up my swag and really just trying to take my tournaments to a whole new level for the guys that are playing. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I think with the supposedly how the new tournaments are supposed to be, where we can customize our tournaments and we can limit cards for whatever we want to do in the stores and things like that. I think it's going to be fun for TOs to organize their events and to really start to cater them to the guys that we want playing. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the customization of the tournaments. That's what I really want to get into going with. That's it for me.
I'll go next. I'm super excited for the simplistic design now. All the stupid little title cards are going to be built into the card mostly. It's going to have everything on one card, but it isn't. It's going to be in the app. The app's going to have everything. God bless if it works. And just like, it looks like everything's going to be built into the ship mostly, except for like your stupid little upgrades and your tokens like that. And it's going to be move and shoot instead of, I don't care where I move, I can shoot anywhere 360 and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Right, and to kind of tail off that, you said you're looking forward to the simplicity. I'm almost looking forward to the more complexity of it.
Between the actions, yeah.
Right, and I really like how they've defined the design space of different things, that they've taken things that have often had one term that they used that ended up bleeding into a whole bunch of things, and now they've kind of sectioned it off as like, okay, we have this term for this one, 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 and now those terms have meanings and they're different. Whereas in 1.0 it would like be all the same. Like even with like focus tokens, you know, they said if you're focused or if you're evading, means if you have one or more of those tokens, they no longer have to like write on the card, if you have one or more tokens, blah, 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 basically defining the physical state. They just use a term.
Yeah, they're providing a definition dictionary, basically,
yeah,
and then they can spawn everything off of that.
And that is so great. Like,
that's really cool.
Makes the design and the understanding of the design so much easier. I'm really excited for that.
Well, hopefully they put those... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, it shows a bit that they might be planning a little bit more for the future than they maybe did in 1.0 and kind of setting out and defining these technical terms and game terms from the start.
Yeah. Well, right. Planning for the future and reacting from the past.
Yeah. To be fair, they probably didn't anticipate 1.0 getting as big as it did. So they started off with a neat little game that was self-contained and really worked. And then it got to a point where they're like, oh, shit, son, we made some mistakes. And that's what 2.0 is them going, okay, we're going to reset. What are the things we did badly? Here's how we fix them.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Well, hopefully they have these definitions inside of the rules reference, wherever that is going to be. Whether that's digitally or whether that is going to show up in a magic box somewhere. As long as everybody's on the same page, especially the judges and the TOs and the marshals and everybody who needs to be.
I don't know who those people are.
I was hoping that was going to be the release tonight, that they were going to be like, the website's up, you can go look at the rules reference, have fun. I was hoping.
Oh, they've said in one of the articles that it'll be up on the 13th.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not anticipating getting it early at all.
They're still trying to scrub the Tome logo from it.
Oh God, I hope not.
If anything, on the 13th, I'm expecting them to release something and be like, "Now this is beta, so if you find anything, we ain't got nothing to do with that."
For the next 5 years.
Yep. And then they'll announce 3.0.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that'll be okay, because if they announce 3.0, we'll be on the show again.
Oh, man. Okay, so next we have an interesting little segment. We're going to branch off of this. We're going to take some bets. What's coming? What rules or things about 2.0 are you going to claim is going to be a thing of the future that we don't already know yet? So put on your thinking caps and grab your tarot cards. What does the future look like that we don't know yet?
All right. Since mine's in there, I'll start. I think that FFG is either going to, and it might have been said or ruled already, that they're going to limit ships to only being 4 on a board at once, or they're going to make it to where the list builder is going to punish people who try to fly 5 or more ships. And that does mean X-Wings and Defenders.
But my TIE Swarm.
Fuck TIE Swarms.
Yeah, that is an interesting thought, though, because they have shown with a few of the upgrades they're releasing that they kind of want to do more Swarm stuff.
See, but that's the thing with the new, what's the Howl Runner and her butt buddy, whatever the fuck her name is, or his name is.
Iden. Yeah.
I think you can only fit 7, and that's with the academies.
No, you can do 8. I thought it was 8.
Does it let you fit 8?
Thought it was 8.
Iden, Howl, and 5 academies.
Yeah, Howl 5 academies and a 5-point bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a 5-point bid. What are you going to do with that?
Have a 5-point bid
with initiative 1 ships.
Yes, because of the other swarms.
Bah. Who's gonna fly swarms? Nobody.
Dallas Parker.
That's it.
I don't know, but you can fly 3 K-Wings with a whole bunch of stuff on them. I've already figured out.
Or you can put 5 naked K-Wings in the list.
Yes.
But not 5 X-Wings.
I love how I was listening to Minox earlier today, and as soon as they mentioned that 5 K-Wings can fit into a list, you could hear the disappointment in D's voice. Not because he doesn't want to see 5 K-Wings in a list,
because he
realized he had to go out and buy another one so that he could if he ever wanted to. Yep. He's definitely one of those, I have to have a full list of each completionist kind of guys. Like, man, bless his heart.
That's so special.
Hilarious. Oh man.
Oh, what? Okay, so we have to come up with a bet. I'm thinking that FFG is going to renege on their how they said that local TOs will be able to control their own, content for their tournaments. I think eventually they'll be like, yeah, we really don't like how that's working out, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to let you guys have the control. We'll stay in control of everything.
I think someone's going to come up with a really broken combo, and FFG, Dash Loke is going to address it by taking some slots off of something rather than just changing the points. I'm not bitter about the Jump Master.
No, not at all. No, it doesn't show at all. At all.
Poor Jump Master. Oh man, we had a campfire out at Luke's house the other night, and
God, I saw the pictures.
He burned all of his cardboard, all of it. And my favorite part of the night. Yeah, my favorite part of the night was grabbing a Dengar card, and I ripped out all of the upgrade slots and threw it in the fire first. Oh, that reminds me, I got some cards downstairs I was going to destroy on stream. We'll do that later, I suppose.
What about those ones behind you there?
What? No! Precious.
Oh, that bonfire looked like so much fun.
I just love how if you can see me behind me, up on the wall are my 3 goldies, but down here,
I see.
This is my store champion sitting on the floor,
just thrown there haphazardly.
Yeah.
That's the proper order of things, right?
Yep. Oh man.
All right, AJ, what's your bet?
Oh, what's my bet? Oh, I mean, it's FFG. I'm just placing a bet on FFG. They're going to go full FFG tad on something. Come on.
All right, so you think that the website and the app is going to fail. Gotcha. That'll mark you down.
I'm
you
pretty
and
sure.
a lot of other people.
I'm going to go with the app will be released late because it's not ready. I know how this development thing works. They either will release a buggy as hell app and go it's beta, or they'll release it late.
No, that was called Tomb.
And you think they've learned lessons from Tomb? I don't.
No, not a thing.
Just hire Chico already.
Just no. I've got another job. Stick to that one. Life insurance is a lot easier than dealing with FFG.
It's such a good fucking bet that the app will release late. Oh.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I have to agree with her because I don't trust FFG anymore.
I mean, I trust them as a company, but there's definitely a track record of items like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my next bet would inevitably be that when you take an action, you don't get another action. I don't think that's going to be in there. I think they're going to screw that up.
Someone will work out how to chain them. Someone.
Yeah, well, we saw already that you can take a range and check for something with the target locked, where you could still take a target lock even though it's not
in range.
Yeah, well, you can't take it, but you still get another action or something like that.
What? No.
Somebody saw it somewhere. I could be wrong.
The whole target lock thing is that you can measure everyone before you choose who you target lock. Which I'm going to go out and say that I believe it's nearly impossible to fail the target lock action because there will always be something within range 3 for you to lock onto. Whether it's a rock or a debris, your own ships or the enemy ships. It is difficult to get a ship with a full range 3 bubble of nothing.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
I'm not going to say it's impossible because I said that about the whole you can set it up so that you can't put all of your asteroids out, and then somebody proved it. But
yeah, I think that was AJ.
Yes, it was.
It's fucking ridiculous. But so it's probably possible.
Bursting your bubble from down under.
Just give my guys a few minutes. I'm sure they'll come up with a way to break it. Just give them a minute.
All the little ones, shove them in a corner, and then everybody else flies over there, and you dink your one ship over there. And
wait.
like, oh, man.
Can I take a target lock while I'm in reserve?
Yes.
Because then I fail it.
Well, the only reason that works, she goes, because you're upside down.
I'm not dealing with your stupid 2.0 question. Ask a judge. Not me yet.
Chico.
Not me yet.
But you already said you're judging worlds.
Because you want the goodies.
Yeah.
We have it. It's been recorded.
I want to go to the event, stare at the goodies, and then not actually get them. That's the elite judge way. Fuck.
Isn't that what they did to you last time?
It's every time.
Every time
but one. I have to give Wade Pache a shout out because there was one Gen Con that I don't know how he convinced him to let him do it, but he grabbed a bag, shoved all of the prizes into it, and just handed it to me. that was the one time that I actually got templates. So
hey,
guess I can't.
Chico,
what?
I just had an interesting text.
No, we're broadcasting.
Okay.
We should be. Everyone's leaving messages in our chat.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. All is well. There is no problem with the Death Star. It's okay.
No, we're going.
My Death Star's melting.
Hey, melting!
We
Isn't
have
that what it's
18.
supposed to do?
Yes, we have 18 viewers.
Do we have 18 viewers?
Thanks.
Hey, that's the same as last time 2.0 was on.
Exactly.
It's like we're really good at trends or something.
Yeah, we it's almost as if like stuff gets released just before we go on.
It's beautiful. All right, who has any other bets? Sarah or Chico?
Yeah.
Snapshot.
So my bet is going to be a little pessimistic towards FFG, kind of like AJ's. It's that I think action creep is going to come back into the game, and we're in the next, well, maybe about 3 years from now, going to see basically push the limit aces everywhere again. Because in miniatures games and tabletop games, for people to buy the new ships that release and the new products that release, it has to be cool and new and shiny and at least not bad. So naturally there's going to be power creep, and eventually that's going to turn things basically back into the state that 1.0 is in now, and then maybe by that time we'll have 3.0. So.
Yeah, creep is inevitable with most games, but it's going to be how FFG addresses it. That's going to be, they're either going to nail it or they're going to fail it.
They'll wait to a new trilogy, and then they'll come up with a new game.
Yeah, and they're planning ahead with their app and being able to adjust points and whatnot, but it's still inevitable. I'm honestly thinking we'll hear about 3.0 about 3.5 years from now is when we'll get an announcement. I think they're going to try for faster releases. So instead of 2 to 3 waves per year, maybe 3 to 5 waves per year, and that's just going to creep faster.
Yep.
All right. So my prediction is that there's going to be a huge backlash based on tournament structure somewhere in the elite tournament structure. I don't know where it's going to be, but I just feel like once we get to a certain level, people are going to want a certain game to be their competitive game. And people are just going to rage out about whatever FFG picks. If they say only the stuff that's been released outside of conversion kits is legal, people will lose their shit. If they say everything's allowed, people are going to lose their shit. And it's just going to be just stupidity on the forums, which I like. Oh,
wait, so how's that different from normal?
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to figure that one out.
This is the easy bet. I understand this, but that's what I'm going for.
Like, to jump off on that, like, I don't go to the forums because I respect myself. But for the people who do, I respect you. just to moderate or just to like keep up with their nonsense. But like this whole thing about the 5 X-Wings are not in 2.0. And the only reason I know it's an issue is because usually I judge it by how much it spills onto Facebook, and I've seen it. So people need to understand that just because you can't fly 5 X-Wings doesn't mean that the game is going to be like crap or you're not going to have fun. It's that 5
only
X-Wings
just got the ability to fly 5 X-Wings. What the hell? Like, build a bridge, get over it.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Flying all of the same ship is usually stupid anyways.
Yes.
Asa Graf out there has proven it. He has surpassed the 5 X-Wing by building something that was, okay, I got some of those, but then I got other things and other things. I mean, that's always going to create a better list where you have a montage of stuff that's working together. It's very rare that we've had something where it was like, all the generic, just the same is excellent. You know, you've had TIE Swarm and torpedo boats. That was basically it that really rose to the top of the meta.
Don't forget 4 jumps.
4 Wookiees.
They all go to hell. Those were all dumb.
They were bad. They were horrible.
Flash in the pans, just like 5 X-Wings is.
Exactly.
So, whatever.
Yep. As cool as it would be to fly 5 in 2.0, just with how the game's balanced, I think it'd be way too powerful. 4 is going to be pretty good, I think, still.
You can fly 4 in AP5, which people are doing now, and it's probably going to be good.
So what's the problem what's the big deal if you fly 5 X-Wings? I mean, there's going to be people out there who are running swarms. So what?
But
let it happen.
I think it's more so the thought of we just got it and we're losing it again. But we also need to understand that it's a completely different game environment, and that's why we can't fly 5.
You know what those people need to do?
And let's be honest, in this last wave, we got a lot of stupid things.
Oh, they didn't give
They gave us a lot of stupid things.
Major Vermeil, cough, cough. Lafayette Door Champ, cough, cough.
Agent Alice going on Whisper or Soontir Fell. Like, holy
you know what those people crying about no 5 X-Wings need to do? They need to go find the bus with the B-Wing players and have a cry in the corner.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Patrick will be there. It's okay.
I miss my B-Wings. I miss my B-Wings so hard.
I have a list if you want it. No. It fucking is hilarious.
I miss
you know what
my
I'm excited to try?
Good B-Wings.
Oh. You know what I'm excited to try? A fire spray. I've never flown one.
I got a list for that too. I got it all covered.
Wow. Don't try the 2 fire sprays together. You're not the Mexican national champ. You can't do it. That's what I love.
No, it's awful.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. Fucking wizard down there.
Maybe there was only 6 players.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next thing. Patrick, start presenting some points.
Oh, goody. So,
I just love the alliteration.
I know, right? So right off the bat, we know we can't do 5 X-Wings. We can't do 3 Defenders. We can't do a lot of other stuff, but there's so much more goodies now that are so much cheaper, like 5 K-Wings.
Yeah. For anybody who wants to follow along at home, if you go look up Space Owl's X-Wing blog, he put out a really nice website of point values. He did a whole bunch of ships for each faction, mainly like the generic and some of the key named pilots, and then he took the 1.0 points and doubled them and put it next to the 2.0 points, did a difference, and then did some notes so that, you know, is like, okay, we can't compare points to points because it's not exactly the same. Yeah, we get it, Minox. Just another rant about them. Holy shit.
I've got more.
They went on this huge rant about, oh, you can't compare these two. It's 2 completely different games. It's just fucking apples to oranges. Bitch, it's still fruit. We can compare these things. So we have these numbers here. Like, we can still compare them because it's still the same generic game. And then the motherfuckers went on for 2 hours to basically, like, half the time they were comparing 1.0 to 2.0 stuff.
Yeah.
What they told us they couldn't do. So,
and I love that they kept prefacing it with, "Oh, now I know we said we weren't going to do this, but."
Right. So like all that you have to do is you just have to remember that there are a lot of differences in the ships. So when you mention, oh, this ship compared to from 1.0 to 2.0 is a 3-point difference, you then have to like deal with, and they changed this and this and this, and factor that in. As long as you do that, you can compare them. Ta-da!
Exactly.
So not too hard.
That's the first thing I did when they came out. I mean, immediately you take the points, you double them, and you compare them.
Right.
Like, so we'll start with Rebels. B-wings are much cheaper by like 10 points. Done.
Like so, something to notice with B-wings is like they haven't changed a whole lot except that you're missing the title.
And the cannon.
So you're not gonna get like the crew on there, which is kind of sad. I always thought that extra little B-wing thing was neat.
Not even a gunner slot, but by cannons they get 2 of them now.
Yeah, who's gonna use 2 of them?
I'm fucking not.
Like even with the IG-88s, they rarely use 2. Like, and if they hadn't won Worlds this time, I would have almost aimed to say they never really did in high meta. But thanks, Simeon. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks for ruining that one.
Oh my god, fucking robots in every Aussie team at ACT. Like, honestly, like, come on, guys, get an imagination. Yeah, 5 of the 8 teams had one of their scum players had robots.
Way to think outside the box.
So I think the next like significant jump, like I'm just looking at these and seeing like the over 10% difference. The next one I see is like the Y-wings, which Y-wings seem like they've gotten like slightly better, but then also slightly worse because there's no TLT. So like they're
Hawks got a huge points reduction.
Yeah, Hawks massively did. Where are they down here? Yeah. And they're going to be fun. And they got like super buffed. Now, I mean, super buffed. They're up to a 2-die turret, which, you know, if somebody came out and said, "Hey, we're releasing a ship with a 2-die turret," you're like, okay, it better do some really cool stuff. Fortunately, like those named pilots do have some cool stuff. So hopefully they'll get some more play.
And their action bar.
Yeah. A-wings are just better in general. Of course, they have no mod slot, none.
All right, so I have an answer for that because the community was really pissed about that. So when you fly A-wings and the fucking Fen Rao and the scum ship, those are pre-built. You're ready to fucking fly them. And people are like, "Well, I want to throw in afterburners." Why? You get to booster barrel roll, then take a focus for a red. If I'm not mistaken. People are like, "Well, I still want to do." No, you don't need to, because it's a joust ship. It's going to get that free evade from being range 1 in arc, or no, it gets to change the evade, and it's meant to joust. It doesn't need to fucking arc dodge anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think by leaving off those slots, they kind of shoehorn those ships into a slot for the faction that it has to do a certain thing.
Yes.
If you left that slot in there, it would allow them to change the ship enough that it would encroach on what some other ships are doing, right?
And yeah, and don't A-wings have afterburners built into them now? What do they fucking have for a title?
Yeah, it's something with boost and barrel roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I believe it's you can link up boost to any action on their action, so you can target lock boost, focus boost.
Yeah.
So fucking, you got Jake. There you go. You boost, you take a focus, then you can barrel roll. For nothing.
There he is.
Oh, catch.
About time.
I have to pause for a second for our infield report with Lieutenant Ketch.
How's it going, everybody?
What's going on out there, Ketch?
Well, the line of people trying to get to will call is literally over a mile long. It runs the length of the building and then goes outside and wraps around the building. I'm going to see if I can show it to you guys. So,
My lord.
there's the exit.
You need to sell alcohol.
This.
You should have a beer
and it just keeps going. It doesn't
I've never seen it go more than like a dozen or so people outside of the building. Like
it's literally wrapped around the building right now. It
like,
is crazy.
I've stood in line right there. Like
wow.
So thankfully I don't have any specific tickets I need, but these four saps are going to be here for hours.
Possibly.
Say it louder till one of them attacks you out of rage.
But so far, GenCon has already proven to be amazing. The food has been great. The beer is better. And there's just a bunch of nerds everywhere. It's great.
Make sure you go to a place called Kilroy's. Good place.
Planning on it. It is on the list.
Excellent. Super jealous. So, anything else you can tell us from out there? What's the hype going on?
Well, right now, of the people I've talked to, there's definitely a fair amount of hype around the Clone Wars factions being finally added to X-Wing.
Spoilers.
And then,
Well, what?
Sorry, you guys haven't gotten to that yet?
We're not there yet.
Oh, come on. It's been an hour. How have you guys not gotten to that? How did you not leave?
Because we have self-control, Kitch.
You don't even know?
And notes.
Well, I don't have any self-control, so deal with it. The other thing that everybody should be hyped for is the $200 SSD that's the size of a mountain. Ow!
Oh yeah, that thing looks gorgeous, but
Yes, it does.
I don't think I have the funds for something that, let's be honest, I will never put on the table.
It's gonna go right there on the wall, right there.
Wait, do you
It's a
actually
really nice
play it
mantelpiece. It's a really nice mantelpiece.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And like I have everything for Armada. I've played it once, but like I mean, it's, like, there's some of it sitting over there. I've got my Imperial Star Destroyer, a Victory, and a Home One all next to it. But it's like I rarely ever play it, and I'm not going to pay like $200 for something that I am even more never going to play. Like, but maybe if it goes on super sale one day.
Probably.
Hey, Kitch, Mark is asking, what time is it there?
It is about 10:30 right now. 10:30, 10:50, something like that. 10:18.
10:18.
He's only 2 hours south of me.
Yep.
So
oh, God.
it's these people are definitely not getting their tickets before midnight. Let's put it that way.
Oh wow!
They better keep it open.
I'll admit that
it
line
never closes.
is extremely efficient. They are super efficient at Gen Con. And this is why you don't go to get your badge until like 2 in the morning. It's like it is dead 100%. There at 2 in the morning.
Is Gen Con open 24 hours?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
The convention center's open. The line for will call is open.
The vendor hall is only open during like from like
10 to 6.
Yeah, 10 to 6.
Or pay to have it mailed to your house.
Right.
Yeah.
Or work for a company that just hands it to you. Like I have never stood in that line for me. I've stood in that line just hanging out with friends, but
so in the time that since I joined the call, it took me that long to walk to the front of the line.
Wow.
And that wasn't even me walking the whole length of it.
Oh, you should have done the 5K.
I mean, close enough.
Yeah, do the Jump Master 5K in line to get your badge. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's quite that long, but
you can tell like the people close to the front of the line, they're like super hyped. They're ready.
Yep.
Can we ask one of them how long they've been standing there?
Sure. Let's find out. Hey folks, do you mind if I ask you how long you've been standing here? Yeah. Or no, since you got in line. How long's it been? About 45 minutes? That's not too bad. Okay.
Wow.
I was thinking hours.
Yeah, I told you. They're super efficient.
That's real good. Wow.
Yeah, I was expecting at least 2 hours.
Well-oiled machine.
Now what you got to do is go back towards like the entrance and say, "I can't believe they're closing the line down now."
I am not that mean, Padre.
That is an interesting choice for death.
Yes. I feel like they would probably find body parts strewn across the Capitol. You know.
Treason, then.
But for those of you who aren't here, definitely try to make an effort to come out. It is so much fun here.
And they haven't even opened the doors yet for you. Like
exactly. This is like the pre-show.
Tomorrow.
The pre-show, we're already having a good time.
Is this the first one you've been to?
Oh no, this is Gen Con number 5 for me.
Okay. How was the beer this year? Did you get the Sun King beer?
Haven't had the Sun King yet. Had Zombie Dust earlier over at the Hamadi Brothers.
Well, because every year Sun King does a Gen Con beer. So like what one year was called Froth of Con.
Sounds delicious.
They've always got some fancy name for it. So I'm interested to hear how the one is this year.
I will give you a report as soon as I have it available.
Excellent.
I thought that was a Dark Souls tribute beer. Praise be the sun.
I'm not going to lie. The Froth of Con sounds terribad.
They've definitely had some really weird names. I'll have to see if I can find the names of them.
All right.
Sounds like man gravy.
Hi, random person.
Hi, random person.
That was my buddy Darby. He also plays X-Wing from time to time. Cameo. I'm afraid I have to get going, guys. Thank you so much for letting me hop on and spoil that the Clone Wars factions have been added to X-Wing.
Yeah, make sure you do it again because the first time wasn't enough.
Oh yeah, no, you got to get that out there again and again.
You just keep like just poking away. We're trying to do a professional podcast here.
Hey, at least I didn't mention the RZA too. Oh. Sorry.
Funny guy.
Most people don't even know.
I love you guys. If
Someone
you are at
boot
Gen
him
Con and you're
before he
watching
does
right
more.
now, I have Lieutenant Ketch alt art cards with me. Come find me here at Gen Con. I will give you
son of a
one. Or
bitch.
many.
1.0
Get to drop
only.
mine off.
No, they are set up for 2.0. They are 2.0 Lieutenant Ketch alt art cards.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
All right, Catch. Then
I'll send
give
you a
one
cheek,
to
I promise.
Staniszewski to give to me then.
Done.
All right, cool.
All right, guys.
Have fun.
You guys have a fun night. I'll catch you later.
All right, drink well.
Drink well.
And you.
We'll try.
May the booze be with you.
Oh man.
Always. My daughter is giving me weird looks.
Are you trying to boil Jolly Ranchers?
No, she's not trying to boil Jolly Ranchers.
All right.
She's commenting on your cowboy hat that you're wearing inside.
Where else would you wear it?
Where else do you wear cowboy hats? I mean,
Yeah, where else do you wear them, Catriona? She says outside.
we're nerds. We don't go outside.
They're nerds. We don't go outside. It's too bright.
What? You know what? I don't have to take that from people who boil Jolly Ranchers and wear weird pants while boiling them.
She didn't wear weird pants, and she wasn't boiling Jolly Ranchers. That was the boy who was trying to make the rocket with the Jolly Ranchers.
Stop assuming genders. It's okay. It's 2018.
She's related to the Jolly Rancher pirate, so therefore same thing.
She's the advanced placement daughter child with all A's.
So she's adopted.
I often look at the postal people who come to our house. Just wondering.
So last year's Gen Con Sun King beer was called 20-Sided Rye.
Ooh.
See, that's good. That's
I
funny.
like that, but yeah, I mean the Froth of Con just sounds.
Froth of Con sounds like some kind of sexually transmitted disease.
Thank you. Yes, I wasn't going to go there, but
Well, I've
thank
gotten
God
that
you were
one,
here for
and
me.
It was a great disease to have. Sun King never disappoints. Like Sun King is a great brewery.
Uh-huh.
So where were we? We were discussing points.
Sun King beer.
I don't even think the points matter anymore.
No, not really.
This is just like whose line is it anyways? The points don't matter.
Yeah, basically. Ty
Sarah's over there trying not to drive off the road, waiting for us to talk about the new factions.
The points don't matter. Fly what you love. It's the same principle as always, people.
Well, for the
we can't compare the two.
Let's be honest. After the first 2 weeks, some awesome set of combos will float to the top, and we'll have a meta again. And that's how it's going to be. You need to deal with it.
Okay, should we put that under the bets? How long before the new meta is established?
$20 it's Ghost.
Oh God, no!
Fucking Ghost meta.
No,
no way.
Not Ghost Fend, but it's gonna be something stupid like Kanan plus an 8.
I'll take that bet.
Well, it's certainly not going to be Fend. You see how many points that thing jumped?
Yep.
Good
no.
Lord.
Unplayable.
My bet is Vassery and fucking Whisper with Krennic.
Double defenders. I like the sound of the double defenders.
Oh, they're good, but Whisper's going to be better.
I don't know. I feel Whisper's a bit of a has-been in 2.0.
Wait, it hasn't even started.
It's dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's jank. It's all jank.
All of it. Every last bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so defenders are more expensive. Fucking aggressors are cheaper. Who gives a fuck? Advanced are super cheap except for Vader. Go figure.
The named gunboats got a lot cheaper. That's awesome.
Yep.
Gunboats in general too.
Gunboats got a boost. They got good.
The Sikhs are super cheap. Who gives a fuck? Stop trying FFG. Quad jumpers.
Hey, shut up. Some of us like Sikhs.
Oh, they're fun to fly, but FFG has tried, I think, 5 times to make them good.
Well, and all of them are heavy built-in and cheap.
They don't have a whatchamacallit slot either, do they?
A whatchamacallit? Yeah,
Nothing has a whatchamacallit slot.
The cannon slot.
No, that's coming in 2.25.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The whatchamacallit slot?
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. And then,
along with the Hoosie Dingle and the says it.
And the what's his fucking name? Yeah.
If they start adding candy bars to these builds, I'm going to get fat again.
We're not Jolly Ranchers. We got no problem.
Oh my god.
Quad jumper's super cheap. I'm excited about that.
Everything with the Force got more expensive, which I think, like they said that was going to happen. Like Force is going to be a premium, and they
really valuable.
definitely did that. What did you say, Sarah?
It's really valuable. I mean, a single regenerating Force point upgrade card can be worth like 15 points, and it's worth it.
Oh yeah, because I mean, you have that forever modification there, plus you have the ability to use it for whatever fancy ability it has.
Deadeye, Intel Agent, and whatever the other Force.
A double use thing. Yeah. The other thing that got bonkers cheaper is the quad jumper, thank God. Yes. And not only did it get cheaper, but it got better along with it. So I'm excited about that. You know, maybe it'll actually be useful.
Yeah.
One backwards to victory.
Yeah, well, they didn't do anything for the K-Wings.
Except you can now put 5 of them on the board.
With what?
The K-Wing has gotten enough
like to tie those up with, AJ? What would you like to put on those K-Wings to make them effective?
Advanced
Hope
slam,
streams and naked dice.
Yeah. Naked dice and K-Wings equal dead K-Wings and a victorious opponent.
Good.
Shut up.
And that's where K-Wings should be.
No.
Bombers win.
Padre, this is 2.0. You can.
K-Wings have now? Is it 8 each?
How much? What? Do what?
How many hit points do K-Wings have now? Is it 7 or 8?
I think it's the same, but they have less shield, more hull, like everything else.
Yeah.
If it's the same, then it's 9, which means 9 times 5, you have to go through 45 health.
Yeah, the K-Wing has 6 hull, 3 shields.
Yeah, so it's the same.
Yep, 45 health on the board.
Yeah, 45 health on the board, 3 of which are shields, and then you're going to be starting to, hello, crits. Oh, take 2 for here, take 2 for there. And let's face it, the damage deck now is much more painful than it was in 1.0.
They have slam, just run away. You take a crit, run away. Next one, take a crit, run away.
Yeah. Don't worry, you don't need to shoot back. It's all right. Stay a target. Why not? Fly off the board. Make it easier.
Final salvo. Fuck it. 10 dice.
Yeah, against the swarm.
I've seen people do it with just the giant meat shield, saying, "Hey, there's a time limit, and you're not gonna, chew through all this." I saw somebody run. Was it three lambdas and a fire spray? Like way back when. That was Dom Cairo. 3 fire spray or 3 lambdas and a fire spray. Just so many hit points, and we just you couldn't freaking kill him. It was before half points on large base ships, and it was 60-minute rounds. You were not killing it. He made it to the final game just because people could not kill his stuff.
Wow.
That's beautiful. That's poetry.
Yeah, it is.
Those were the good old days of just fucking insanity.
Skill? We don't need skill. We just need to fly in circles for the whole game.
Kill one thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the document's out there. It gives you it's Space Owls X-Wing, and you'll find it immediately. And it gives you it has notes on there. So he talks about this thing got added this or minus this, and so it does a good job of explaining to you what all the actual changes are. Now the only thing missing on this spreadsheet that I would have liked to have is the stuff that was already known. Like this is like just from the spreadsheet, points and like slots. He added a few notes for other things, but he missed a lot of stuff like built-in abilities that a lot of these ships got, just like their chassis ability. That's a significant difference. So that can be a big swing for things. But I thought it was a very comprehensive list. Very impressive.
Yeah, it was well done. It does a good job of it's a real quick summary of, like, for example, I haven't had a lot of time to look at stuff, and I really enjoyed that list. Just looking at it really quickly, you can see what's changed, and then there's like a little note saying because I got this, and it's pretty helpful.
Yeah, this was like built for podcasters because, frankly, I'd rather just be a personality than have to go research things.
Unless you're the Minarchs and you're a wannabe mathematician.
Oh, God.
They've got their vocabulary like on lock. Fuck math. We got vocabulary.
When you go on there, your vocabulary takes a dive too. It happens to everybody.
Like I have to have fucking like dictionary.com like up and ready every time D opens his fucking mouth, because it's like, what the fuck did you just say?
All right, so here's a question. How long do you think we got? 48 days before the release of what everybody really wants, which is the app and the rules reference. So FFG's got 48 days to go. How many more announcements and articles do you think there's going to be before that? Because, I mean, really, what else is there left for them to tell us about how good 2.0 is?
Scum stuff. They haven't done articles on those yet.
Yeah.
There's plenty for them to drop, but I think they're going to switch gears a decent bit and start pumping out articles on the new stuff that they just
announced. Literally just announced a whole ton of new stuff.
There's plenty of stuff to talk about, but like the week before, I'm sure we'll get a few things that drop out. There's going to be a bajillion articles. Sorry, old man, put on your reading glasses.
No. They're gonna use all the new stuff from GenCon to obfuscate all the things we really want.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna give a fuck about Clone Wars. That's all it's gonna be.
Like, why do they need to put out new articles anyways? Because I mean, we've had it all spoiled from Bell of Lost Souls. So
yeah, I kind of shamed other Facebook pages.
Every time I see somebody post a link, is like, oh my gosh, the TIE Advanced article. Thanks, Tommy. I get it. But we already knew.
I did the same thing.
Tommy, we love you, Tommy, but I know, man, I know.
Somebody posted the Fang Fighter. I'm like, we saw that at Worlds. Thanks. FFG wouldn't not let us see it.
Dude,
My favorite.
did you know it rotates?
I hear the X-Wing wings actually open and close now.
Yeah. After you
Only if you take all the glue off.
After you remove all the shit, they work just great.
I still haven't done that. I haven't pulled the trigger on that one, but I need to.
I honestly don't care.
Don't even bother. Just wait for the new ones to come out. Buy those instead.
Oh man. Okay, so I think this is a good time to break and go to, dare I say it, commercial. Because I have no idea what the fuck you guys are about to do.
No, we're not.
No, we're not doing one tonight. We should still do the 2.0 Miss or Musk, whatever the fuck that's called.
2.0. The Scent.
The Scent.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get that added if I can find that in the MP3. So future Chris, take it away. I am so adding in a message from future Chris. He's going to be pissed.
Absolutely. Let past Chris deal, or future Chris deal with that nonsense. But there was a guy who paid for the new X-Wing booster, and I won't disclose the amount he paid. But yeah, he found out the X-Wings open and close normally. There's no goo. I
sold mine for $100.
He probably bought it.
Someone paid that? That's
yes.
amazing.
Well, it was the X-Wing expansion and the travel mug that they gave at Worlds. They gave those out, and like, so somebody was like, "I'll give you $100 for those together," and I'm like, I can't turn that down.
Was it a short guy with glasses?
Huh?
Was it
I'm not that short.
Not you.
Oh.
No, it was one of the competitors there. But he super wanted them, and you aren't going to get that mug anywhere else. So I mean, it was that valuable to him. So and like for me, like I'm not sitting here rolling in money. Clearly, I'm fucking judging. So like it was like that was just a good bonus for the week. And you know, kind of sucked that I had to give up on something that that FFG was nice enough to give me, but you know, players got to play, I guess.
So that mug, though, for a local is absolutely worth $100. Because you get dollar soda, the mug, you get dollar soda refills at FFG with that. For someone who lives in Minneapolis, that's 100% worth it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
That makes sense, but I super don't, and the guy I sold it to doesn't either. He lives super far away, so he just super wanted a mug with X-Wing logo on it. But I mean, to each their own. I don't shame that stuff. Like I'm a moderator on the Swap and Sell Facebook group. And I had a guy send me a message going, "Hey, I reported this thing because clearly they're asking and charging too much." And I'm like, "They're
someone's willing to pay it."
Yeah, it was a guy asking $100 for a set of 12 dice, and I'm like, "Dude, if anything, he's undercharged." Okay. Yeah. And he's like, "Are you insane? Who's paying this stuff?" Is like people who can't get to those events who super want these things. Let them fucking do what they want with their money. It's like, this isn't me to judge. So
I mean, those battle droids from Worlds.
Dude, I got rid of one of those. I got this thing. Focus on that. The Cavernous Zealot thing. That's going out in the mail tomorrow to a guy in England. Like, sorry, I would I'd love to keep it, but $50 to feed my family is more important to me than a piece of plastic.
That sounds like a thanks FFG moment.
Right. So, I mean, I guess the thanks FFG moment would be that they gave me a couple of them.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So I can get rid of them. Oh, so tis the life. Like I had a store owner yell at me saying that, oh, FFG really doesn't like these people selling these things. I'm like, fucking sorry. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
what proof does he have that they don't?
I don't know, but
I mean, I get not selling, like buying the kits and selling them straight up, but if someone wins something and wants to sell it, this
is a thing I earned, and I can do with it whatever the hell I want to. Like,
and you know what? If some Muppet wants to pay money to take it off your hands, why not?
Yeah, and frankly, my
Sarah
winnings.
Sarah, stay on the road. I can hear you hitting the fucking things on the side.
We're in a construction site. Like, I was totally in my lane, and the like in the middle of the lane.
She's just hitting the thing like.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there are legitimately rumble strips in the middle of this goddamn road.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, Clone Wars!
Okay, I pissed myself a little bit. Not actually when that was said though, because yeah.
Did you not know about that?
No, because I've been driving literally since noon.
Okay, so I'll give you the quick fill in before we get into talking about it.
All I want to know is ARC 170s, yes or no?
I am going to tell you exactly what they showed. They showed a screen that had the Clone Wars logo, and it said X-Wing and Legion on it. And then they went to another slide that showed the Jedi Starfighter, and then another slide that showed the Sith Infiltrator. That's it.
Yeah, they'll be back, though,
okay,
for
well,
sure.
It's coming. ARC 170 will be in there, I guarantee it. Right? Right? Cool.
Well,
that's all I care about. I was super happy when I saw the points cost for the ARC in 2.0, so...
Yeah. Well, the ARC sits in a weird spot because, like, now you kind of look at it as like, okay, it makes more sense in the Clone Wars. Are they going to allow it to be dual faction if that becomes a thing?
I don't even see that.
Who knows? But then again, I mean, they got the fucking TIE Fighter now in 3 factions. Yeah, spoiler alert, Sarah. There are some TIE Fighters.
Come on, how amazing is that?
They're only half in. They got half the wings missing.
Well, don't forget, you have the mining guild,
like
too.
30% of the wings missing.
They get to just fly over obstacles. Of course they're going to be missing some of their wings.
Yeah. Thank God I never got to that point where I, like, carved one out and made one of the mining guild ties. So,
now you can make them magnetic. You cut them out, and when you want to, pop it right back in.
Or just buy some new models. I mean, you know...
Drop the $20. Well, wait. Now, since there's less wing, does that mean they'll be cheaper?
No.
Of course not. And they'll probably have 3 hull.
No, they're going
to milk us for all we're worth. We're suckers. That's the way it goes.
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
Oh, so while we're on a commercial break, I have to fill in to you guys that whole Sun King conversation. I wanted to go off on a tangent, but I didn't because we're recording. But now that we're in a commercial break, I can ruin you, like waste your time. They have, like, for them to be able to serve beer in the brewery, they also had to have a food menu, just based on their liquor license that they obtained.
Mm-hmm.
So their food menu has 2 things on it. Yeah. One of them is a Hot Pocket. Just a Hot Pocket. And it says on the menu, we cannot guarantee if we'll put it in the microwave or not. That's it.
Will it burn my mouth? It'll destroy your mouth, sir.
Right. And then the other one is soup, but the way they describe it makes it sound like it's just straight chicken broth or maybe just water in a bowl.
A bouillon cube?
Just, yeah. So it's 2 things specifically put in there for you not to order them. But then the best story I've heard is that the inspectors have to come in and make sure that these things are real, and they had to order both things. So people have actually ordered these things because they're on the menu, and it was just the funniest fucking thing. Just Hot Pocket may or may not be warmed.
How much are they? I would make them $10.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fucking stupid.
That's true.
Okay, so I got to add in some obnoxious commercial, and then we're gonna come back. And when we come back, we're going. What is this line here?
Which one?
Thanks
Thanks.
FFG.
Thanks FFG. Is that an actual segment, or were you just wanting?
Oh yeah, no. It's a segment.
Segment.
It's pretty good. Hold on to your
We'll just let you guys go on your thing. I'll chip in where I can, and then
it's a letter.
Whenever you guys are done, find a good segue, and we'll get on to the meat of this Gen Con stuff, and hopefully be done by midnight.
If you want a preview, go to the Facebook page.
Nope, I wanna react raw.
All right, you might need to mute. I'm just
which is, I mean, this is basically how I deal with Coach. So, just dealing with shit as it gets thrown at me.
All right, boys and girls. Are we ready? Are we ready for this?
All right, who's bringing us out of commercial? Oh, fuck.
You need a refill.
Oh, so we're still in commercial.
Give me like 30 seconds.
Chico failed.
30 seconds.
Oh, apparently he doesn't listen to his own show.
Apparently. These OG guys. I mean, come on.
He is OG.
Get good.
Things better not fall apart. I'll be pissed.
You got this. You got this.
I'm good. I got my letter ready. Oh.
And now, folks.
Yeah, right. There's nothing I can do. It's too late. I wish I could have done this like before they renounced 2.0, but fucking FFG with their timing.
Pull up a chair, snuggle a beer, because it's time for Thanks FFG.
Yeah, come back with that.
All right.
All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
Ready?
All ready?
Rock and roll.
All righty, folks. Pull up a chair, snuggle a beer, get ready because now it's time for Thanks FFG. Over to Patrick.
Thank you, AJ. And let me just say, therapy has been going great with, my therapist. Still writing the letters to FFG, and just let you know, here's my latest one. It's a doozy. Might be a little late, but hopefully it'll hit home with them before it's too late. So, dear FFG, I would like to congratulate FFG on creating one of the best tabletop games to date. You have exceeded our expectations on what fun and a community can do for gaming. So on behalf of the community, I would like to say thank you, but you can stop including generic tokens in every booster. It's getting to the point where we can shield bomb someone by mail. For the time spent playing Star Wars X-Wing, we still get excited when opening a box. Even when we've done it for the 12th time, we enjoy ripping them open and introducing our new ships to their brethren. Then we open a Ziploc baggie, remove pilot cards, templates, and upgrades, then awkwardly find a spot for the other cardboard. I've tried to find other uses for these things, patching holes in shirts, packing peanuts, evening out wobbly tables, but still I have enough to build my own models. Then it hit me, FG. I can build my own models. I can make them all. I can make Luke in the X-Wing. I can make Sunter Fell in the Interceptor. I can make the TIE Fighter, the Towel Runner, and fucking I can even make a goddamn Millennium goddamn Falcon out of every stupid little token that you've sent to me. Don't let this confuse you. It's not some prize or side project or decoration. Oh no. You're going to see these things on the motherfucking tables. I will make sure you know the oversaturation you have caused and produced with these things all over. Till you stop including these freaking tokens. I will bury you in them as you have buried me. My demands are this. Find out whatever the fucking maximum number of tokens you can include in a list in either Epic or anything, triple it, and then include it in the core set. Because basically, if anyone seriously needs tokens, they can mail you for some more, or post on any Facebook page, and we'll personally mail them to the requester. Because let's face it, FFG, I can easily alter this deal and pray that I don't alter it further. You mean a lot to me, enough not to disintegrate you. Sincerely, Patrick.
Coming soon to Patrick's Etsy store.
So what you're saying is you want more tokens.
No, I don't. Not in the slightest. If you want to view the pictures, you can go to the Facebook page of OCX and you can see all ships that I built out of just fucking tokens and glue.
Oh
That Millennium Falcon is sick, man.
Hold up the Falcon again. We got to see this.
If you want to blow it up, I made it
Oh
as
my
close as I could.
It is huge.
It's ridiculous. It's so
beautiful though. I mean, it's.
And then fucking the TIE Interceptor. I could make it like easily. I could make the bomber. I could make every single ship in the goddamn game, and I could easily attach it to a peg. It's legal.
Hey, it's FFG official, right?
Exactly. Chico left. There he is.
Yeah, I was going to make a bonfire with mine, but I think I might have some new plans.
Exactly.
Oh no, I'm still doing a bonfire.
Oh yes, that too.
I mean, I'm doing a bonfire with everything except for a few of these. And so first one goes out to my buddy Stoos out there. Your buddy Josh Staro. He doesn't work the way you think he does. Just bye.
As Kyle 2.0, I am offended.
Well, what would Chico know about the rules, anyways?
Yeah.
What would Chico know? What would Chico know about a good list? He's not a player. He's a judge.
I mean, Padre.
Oh no!
Say goodbye. Say goodbye, Padre.
Oh, that hurts, Chico. That hurts so bad.
Hey, at least it wasn't the Resistance bomber.
I mean, send her off into death with her TLT.
Well, I got a lot of those, so I don't care. But that was just wrong to defile her like that. It was just, it was wrong. It was wrong.
Zach Matthews, gone. Oh, it feels good. I mean, I just got this one. I just got him. Cameron Zealots, but no.
They're in 2.0.
Not that one.
He's on a roll.
And like all those people who like to fly these things. You know,
cut it.
Do you have any acid for that one?
Oh God, burn that one.
That one needs a very painful death.
You can die.
You shaved him
right through the heart.
I mean,
they have no hearts.
This contracted scout clearly has way too many upgrades, so we got to get rid of those.
Just cut it in half. It'll still work.
No upgrades for it, and it's just no, it's gone. And then the last one I got here, Dash Rendar. You were so good, and I couldn't fucking figure out how to fly you. I was so bad with this pilot. What?
There it goes.
Don't you dare.
What?
Oh, Dash is going. Dash is
What's
going.
on, Sarah?
He has the sound of the ripping.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Feels so good.
Make her drive off the road there, Chico. It kind of sounded like rumble.
See my box of stuff that we're like have ready for a bonfire. It's insane.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Oh man, just look at this shit down here. Fucking madness.
The carnage of 1.0.
I mean, should I add in one of these?
No.
No?
No, it's plastic. I can amend that.
Yeah. Get your scissors. It'll cut.
I mean, if you rip
those, like, people still pay for those.
I mean, if you're ripping it in half, I'll take it off your hands.
Right. That felt good. Oh man. you're still playable.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, put it in a sleeve. It's okay.
Surely the torn bits are still playable because
Oh, that's cute. Look what I just found.
Aww.
Little jump master upgrade bar.
Hey, they get them all back in 2.0.
Yeah. Most of them.
They just can't move for shit.
Love that dial.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at?
When are the Imperials going to get a Falcon? That's my question for 2.0.
Because everybody else has got one now.
But I was waiting for the
They
announcement.
briefly owned one.
Oh God, don't.
Yeah, they did.
was-
So, I mean, it's
It
canon.
was on the Death Star. They had it.
They were tracking it.
So wait, it's going to be a dockable ship for the Empire?
Yep.
Well, yeah. So does that mean that they're going
Comes
to
with
come
the
up
Death
with
Star expansion. It's a
Yeah.
dockable ship, and at the end of the game, if you want to know where the Rebel base is, you deploy it, let it fly away, but then make a mistake and get blown up anyways.
So what you're saying is the Death Star
Because-
is made out of shields, and it just slowly, like, each shield peels off as the game goes on?
I can make that. Hold on. Where's my glue?
I mean, I probably could too. I mean, the box I have downstairs is just stupid.
just make it out of focus tokens. Be all nice and round.
Yes.
All right. Is it finally time?
I believe
Yes.
it is.
It is.
We are finally to the GenCon in-flight report. The
Dun, dun, dun.
excitement that what 18 people have been waiting for.
Yep.
I don't know how many's watching now.
Give the
Me
people
for
what they
that, too,
want.
'cause I didn't know about it.
Yeah. So we get to fill you in. So we're just gonna sit here and rapid fire through the stuff that we all kind of figured was coming, and then get to the exciting stuff. So first, the conversion kits for Resistance and First Order. No way.
Oh, wow. Shocking surprise.
Yeah, the only real interesting thing is that it's $30 USD. So like 600 New Zealand, I don't know, weird dollars, whatever you have. Like
Hobbit dollars.
bucks, Kiwi bucks.
They're Hobbit bucks.
Yeah, Hobbit bucks and Kiwi cents.
Let's go Canadian. Loony.
Yeah. Fucking Canadians. Like conversion kits, yay! They're not as expensive as the other ones, yay!
There's only 2 ships in each one, yay! Yeah.
No, there's 3. There's the A-wing, the T6 or 270, and the bomber.
The Resistance.
They won't have the A-wing in there. I don't think they will. Anyways, so they also had new maneuver dial upgrades, which at first I was like, hell yeah, because they're like different colors and probably have a different slight design. But then I realized I paint all mine, and I'm like, do I really?
Hell no.
Dial upgrades. So we'll see.
But then, are we going to fly all the factions? There's going to be too much now to fly everything.
Fuck that! I'm a
I
completionist.
definitely am going to. I'm a sucker.
Oh, me too. I'll own everything, whether I actually get it out of the box and use it.
Right. Buying all of this will be about the price of one Super Star Destroyer.
Yes.
So what you're saying is it's worth it.
Yeah. So all of those maneuver dial upgrade kits are $10 a piece. You know, that same price as they were.
Yep.
Next is the TIE-FO pack. Nobody's surprised. All of these single ship packs are $20 a piece, $5 up from the $15 that they used to be. But that's kind of the norm now. We just gotta fucking get used to it.
Wings are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on the TIE fighters, which don't move at all.
Yeah.
That's why we're paying that extra $5.
Well, I'm just hoping that that they'll hold true to the idea that the FO and the T70 we don't need to buy because they'll be in the conversion kits. And let's be honest, we all have enough FOs and T70s, right? Am I right?
Yeah, but the T70's wings will open, Chico.
What the
Wait,
fuck?
If my wings don't articulate, can I write to Asmodee and go, I need a replacement part?
You can try.
Yeah, unless the T-70 gets a fucking reinforced when the wings are closed, I could give two shits.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure people will be super excited for the opening and closing. People will get them. Me, I'm not so much too worried about it. Up next, now we start getting excited. The RZ-2 A-Wing.
Oh my god.
For a Resistance A-Wing. The difference they showed here is that it has a double firing arc. You can flip around and shoot backwards. So that looks like it's going to add in some interesting gameplay.
Try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Like Darth Vader. Best quote by Darth Vader.
Still two dice.
Yeah, still 2 dice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I feel like the TIE Interceptor just ruined aces for us. Like they created a 3-die ace, and it was just ruined from there because all the 2-die aces just went, oh. Like you had to have some crazy fucking gimmick to make it worth it, and there just weren't enough of those.
No, harpoons, or not harpoon. Well, harpoons, anything torpedo was like a one-shot deal. Then the A-Wing was literally just, fodder.
Well, I mean, like, even when the A-Wing initially came out, I mean, fucking Wave 2, the A-Wings were not impressive. I mean, you had Tycho with Push the Limit. You were forever stressed. Wah! Like, what was the point?
Well, it was cinematic. That was all. I mean, you could feel something that looked cool from the movie.
For 30 points.
Yeah, but but yeah, look what they did though. I mean, let's face it. What has anybody really seen Dash Rendar's ship in any movie? No.
Seen it in video games and books.
Okay, video games and books. Okay, what about? Okay, I'm going to go out there. The K-Wing. I've never seen it in a movie. I've not. Okay, I don't play the video games, but
the K-Wing was in a book.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So visualize that.
Pretty badass in a book.
Yeah. Okay. So many of the ships. I mean, look what they're going to do when where is the topic? Oh, it's still 2 down. We can't talk about it yet. We'll talk about it then. I'll shut up now.
So, any other thoughts on the A-Wing?
Well, FFG is just really praying that the 2-dice attack is going to be relevant now that evades don't add evades. They just change dice to evades, and there's no auto thrusters.
Well, the defensive stacking is a lot less. So 2 dice is going to be able to punch through damage, I think.
They are relatively cheaper.
Yeah. Well, we don't know about this one. I mean, they added a double arc, so oh god, suddenly we make it expensive because double arc. Please, double arc is not that impressive. Although an ace with a double arc, being able to just fly past something and shoot behind you, that'll be nice.
True.
So a little bit of a benefit there. I mean, 5 forward boost and still shoot. That'd be nice. So moving on to the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. We've got another TIE Fighter. The only faction now that does not have a TIE Fighter is the Resistance.
Oh, God.
This is for Scum. Another $20 expansion. Mining Guild TIE Fighter. It's missing the front chunks of the wings. We saw this in, what was it, Rebels?
Yes.
It was in there. It's the yellow one, missing the front chunk. And they said that it'll get to just run over asteroids and not care, which, I mean, frankly, anytime you flew a TIE Swarm, they just ran over asteroids.
Pretty much what you did.
Yeah. I imagine they'll still get their action. But so it'll be a cute little filler that'll make the Z95 go, aw, why? So we'll see. I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Did anybody try to like super zoom on the screenshots they gave us?
Not yet.
I did, but I fucking forgot them.
So So what I'm looking at here, we've got Swarm Tactics and Trick Shot comes with it. Overseer Yushin. Okay, like real time, I'm going to try to read this. So they've got Notched.
Get a little closer, old man.
Notched something. While obscured by the dial, you ignore. So, I mean, basically their ship thing is asteroids. You ignore asteroids. Before a friendly ship at range 1 would gain a disarm token. If that ship is not stressed, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains 1 stress token instead. Interesting. So that adds a little bit of like making it less of like a swarmy ship and more of like a support ship. And then the one that's behind it, something, you may choose a ship in your bullseye arc at range 1 to 2 and something. If you do that ship, something tractor token. So looks like the other one's going to do something with tractor beams. So, I mean, it's scum abilities on TIE fighters, sounds like.
And they cleverly hid the fucking health of this thing. Clever.
I'm sure they did that completely on purpose.
Do you really think it's going to be that special?
I know. I think they're just going to do that just to say, well, it's missing fucking things on the side, so it's probably going to be 2 health. It's going to be 4 health. It's going to be have 1 shield. Like that's what FFG likes to do. They like
definitely won't be 1 shield because if you look at the spacing on the card, it's definitely centered so that it only has hull.
Oh, they're going to trick you. No. But that's what FFG wants you to do. They want you to talk about this ship to figure out what it's going to be, how good it's going to be.
We're a podcast. It's our fucking job.
I know, but like it's like a thing where you just brush up. You're like, all right, yeah, here's a ship. There you go. Next.
I suppose while we're at it,
the more we talk about it, the more people want it.
And when are these ships coming out?
These are.
I think it's in December, didn't it?
Q4 2018.
So just in time for the Wave 2 with the Resistance bombers. It's okay,
Indeed.
cool.
So it looks like I'm looking at the A-wing now. It looks like they have a mobile firing arc kind of thing, and their ship ability is you can rotate your turret indicator only to your front and back. After you perform an action, you may perform a red boost or red barrel roll action? Question mark?
Probably.
Yeah. That's what we're looking at there. The pilot skill 3, I'm not even going to try to farmer that name. You do not skip your perform action step after you partially execute a maneuver. That's interesting. So you can just slam into something and still get your action. I think that's cool.
Really good.
Arvel? Yeah. Or no, who was that?
No, Arvel was the shooty.
There was another A-wing that did that.
Clearly, he was top meta.
Oh, yeah. Hang on while I Google something.
No, isn't that super good, though? Because you can bump into someone, take a focus, and then boost your barrel roll off of them.
Right, yeah. This is basically it is a baked-in dauntless that you don't have to take a stress with. Yep. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then you deliver.
There's another guy that is way too fuzzy and uses a lot of words that are like bigger than 5 letters. I'm not figuring that out. And there's another upgrade card that I can't really see, and homing missiles. So, yeah, we got one thing out of that picture.
Thanks, Gold Squadron.
You heard it first, folks.
Dang it, Gold Squadron, focus better. No, but seriously, thanks to Dion for as good as he could, making that stream like tolerable. Because like in the past, it's just been, you know, pictures from people's phones, just bad. So yeah. I'll take anything over that.
The dual camera was very good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dion.
Yeah, Dion did a stellar job, as usual. So moving right along to what's probably going to take up the rest of the time here, even though we only have 2 pictures with it. The Super Star Destroyer, right?
Yeah.
But seriously, I want to take a second on that Super Star Destroyer because our poor sister game, Armada, feels like it's just getting fucked. Armada.
No. Oh yeah. That's another one.
Because like Armada hasn't gotten an announcement in so long. The last ship to come out was the Chimera and the Profundity, and now like it's the Super Star Destroyer. It is a $200 model that looks to be about 2.5 feet long. Just insane.
Yeah.
And like this feels to me like it's FFG saying, "I'm sorry your game is dead. Here's one last hurrah."
No. 2.0's on the way. 2.0's here.
Armada 2.0.
That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted.
If this was spelling any hope for Armada like continuing as a thing, there has to be a rebel ship. There has to be something. There even has to possibly be Clone Wars stuff. But as we're gonna see in a second, that Clone Wars like slide that they popped up said Clone Wars is coming for X-Wing and Legion. There's plenty of space on that slide to say Armada, Imperial Assault. They could have done that. They could have just done that and been like thing and move on. They did that with Legion. They didn't show a shit for Legion, but their logo on the same slide as a Clone Wars logo. That's all Legion gets.
Yeah. But that's big for Legion.
That's all Legion.
Yeah, they just started.
but like Armada, they could have done that same thing. Imperial Assault, they could have done that same thing. You know, somebody asked them the questions afterwards. Is like, what the hell is coming for Imperial Assault? And they were like, well,
Nothing.
You've got an expansion that's about to come out, and then we're going to work a lot on the app. Like, okay, but eventually we're going to want more, like, you know, regular content. You know, people like their models and cards. If you just release app stuff, like, frankly, you're not making money. So eventually you just make it go away because it's not making you money. So that's what everybody's terrified
Kind of like Destiny.
And in a completely unrelated note, anyone want to buy full Imperial Assault collection?
Nope.
Not the shipping it's going to cost to fly from there. Fuck.
It depends on how much, AJ. And is that New Zealand Hobbit dollars or is that U.S. cash?
Hobbit dollars, UE cents.
It'd be Hobbit dollars, so cheap for you guys, cheap.
Oh yeah.
Just don't ask what the shipping is.
So that's like $9.95 American with $342 shipping.
It's about right.
All right, Padre, we're on to Clone Wars.
Okay, finally about time.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So they put up a slide with the Clone Wars logo, and everybody just kind of sucked their breath and it went. And then they put up the X-Wing and Legion logos under it, and everybody went, ah! So
they're L's.
Are we reliving Stanizewski's reaction?
Yeah. But
this is not exactly a surprise.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Like it's like we've seen a lot of people on the forums kind of mentioning it as a possibility. So I agree. Like, you know, it just seems like the world kind of knew. Like
it was the factions.
It was
when
a matter of time.
Oh, everyone's different factions now. It's like, okay, well, they're going to bring out more factions. Then where are they going to go with it?
Well, and there was an interview where they were talking about the calculate action. And one of the developers said, yeah, the calculate action is really good for droids, and we'll see more of that later. And just super nudge, wink, winked on the screen. And we're like, fuck, dude, really?
So it's amazing to me that they just announced the season, the new television show season for Clone Wars, and then FFG comes out with, holy crow, Clone Wars, the next faction. And
oh no, like that is super Mickey Mouse going, oh, how about you release this? Oh.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Travis Johnson. Other people do the voice too.
This was calculated and well done by the King Rat, and he did it well again. And we're all going to be spending money left and right because we want the new crack. That's exactly what everybody wants.
We're addicts and we know it.
Yeah.
So, but before we get too far into this, let's discuss the next two slides they showed. They showed the Jedi Starfighter, and
which was a given.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jedi Starfighter is the starfighter that the Jedi flying. Fuck. How do I explain this without just sounding redundant as fuck?
You mean the TIE fighter that rear-ended a Y-wing?
The A-wing with a droid.
A TIE fighter that rear-ended a Y-wing?
Go look at the model.
The TIE.
Look at the model.
TIE A-wing
picture right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's an A-wing with a TIE fighter little variant that has an R2 unit.
An A-wing with a droid.
What TIE fighter are you talking about?
The wings open up on the side of it.
No, it doesn't. You're thinking of something completely different. You're thinking of the ship that Anakin and Obi-Wan flew at the end of Episode 3.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the Jedi Starfighter that they flew into Geonosis.
Yep.
Very different. Those are different ships.
Okay.
Yeah.
One had the bubble top. One had the.
This one is a full triangle.
Yeah.
With just a standard cockpit. The other one was almost like the Fang fighter with the two wings sticking out in front with the TIE fighter ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where all the buzz droids hit it. Yeah.
Started eating
These are different ships.
Yep. I apologize. You are right. Chico.
Yeah. I better know my shit. I got to go defend.
Tell your sister
against Zach Matthew.
You were right.
When is that? When does that happen?
We are recording on Monday. We had a whole shit ton of scheduling conflicts because of Gen Con. But Monday we are recording, and this we'll see. I don't have high hopes. But anyways, so Jedi Starfighter.
And
that'll be neat. And the Sith Infiltrator, which, if you're unaware, that is Darth Maul's ship.
Yes.
Yeah. So two very interesting ships. Neither ship do I like. Can I really see as like a spam kind of ship? Is like one of them is like, that's Maul's ship. That's only Maul's ship. Who the fuck else flies that? And then the other one is like Jedi. Wah, Jedi. So, I mean, we'll see what else they have to go along with these. What do you guys think?
Naboo Starfighter. The Naboo Starfighter is an easy one.
Yeah, the Naboo Starfighter looks cool.
Yes.
Well, now my argument
you can try spinning.
My argument would be, in the Clone Wars, we didn't see the Naboo Starfighter in the Clone Wars. We only saw it in Phantom Menace.
Exactly. And that was why they were never originally with the Rebels, because they're not anything. They're their own ships for a planet that just was in some type of, conflict of trading.
Somehow I think FFG might make the stretch to put that ship out there.
Yep,
I would love to see it in there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So why are the Wookiees with the Rebels then?
Why?
Yeah. The Wookiees should be.
Didn't have anywhere else to put them at the time.
Well, then they should have left them out and put them with the new faction that's going to be coming out for whatever the fuck Clone Wars will give us.
Maybe they will.
But
maybe
that's
we get both.
I don't want them in my Rebels faction. Get them the fuck out.
You don't have to play them.
So
that's Nick's on everyone else that does.
So, Sarah, you mentioned earlier the ARC.
Yeah, I'd be really excited to see a Clone Wars ARC 170.
Right. So I mean that was in the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in the movies.
And it was in Revenge of the Sith too.
Yeah, it was in the movies as well.
It got shot down.
Right. So then, so we've talked a lot about on the good guy side. What about on the bad guy side? What do you think we're going to see along with Maul's infiltrator?
I mean, obviously, like droid tri-fighters for one.
Tri-fighters? What's a tri-fighter?
That's their small, sweet, three-winged fighter. It's like their El Cheapo one.
And then there's the
Tri-fighter. I'm pulling up Wikipedia. The droid tri-fighter. So it looks like a ball with a thing over the like a mohawk and then two things coming off of it.
Yeah.
So almost like a phantom. It looks.
Phantom. Yeah, I was about to say.
And don't forget Count Dooku's ship.
Count Dooku.
Was that even a fighter?
Solar
I thought that was
Sailor. It had guns. I know that.
What about Grievous's ship?
The Solar Sailor?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know about that one. That one's weird. Like that was almost just a transport.
But you got to keep with the Sith kind of thing. If you're going to have a Sith infiltrator. But I would agree with Grievous's fighter, which looked sweet.
So what is that? So
it looks like a Cadillac's front end.
Grievous fighter. Oh, my Google who is soulless one. Bell Balub 22 Starfighter. Is that it?
It's silver. Kind of looks like the back end of a Cadillac, but reversed.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's the Bell Balub 22 Starfighter.
Yeah, it's a Johnny Cash special. It's a 54, 55, 56 Chevy.
All right. So if I can, let me see if I can share a screen. Share that one. Go.
That's it.
That's it.
There we go.
Hey.
So
that's cool
AJ,
looking.
you think that might pop up?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Jerry says the droid bomber and the droid interceptor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Droid bomber.
Yeah, everything droid's gonna be in there. Fucking Legion's gonna have incredible shit too.
I've never seen this droid bomber. What is that? It basically just looks like one of the droid starfighters, but
it's exactly.
If it like got drunk one night and had sex with a TIE bomber.
Yeah. It's just like the Imperials. Like everything was that middle ball chassis, and then they just built off of it for different ships. TIE Advance, TIE Interceptor, TIE Bomber. They all fucking had the same ball chassis.
Right.
And that's basically where they got all of their production line from. Just
I'll show
like
you a ball chassis.
Basically. They're like, fucking, why are we making these
don't. Please don't show us that.
One could say they thought they were pretty baller.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't want to say that again.
Good night,
Dad
everybody.
tricks are us.
We're gone. Thank you.
Oh God.
Chico left the building.
It's so fucking confusing now because
I'm excited for this though, because like I just busted out my my Star Wars CCG cards recently, like the old ones, and like I got there it is, fucking Naboo starfighters there. I just put together these decks. I'm gonna force Luke to play, and
he'll love it. He'll be
I don't
thrilled.
have any fucking droid bombers, but I got like the droid starfighter there.
Yeah.
It's a vulture droid.
Vulture droid, those things.
Yep. That was pretty cool because it would walk and then take off and fly.
Actually found a use for my deck box, so excited to play some of that.
Yes, we know how special you are with your deck box.
Balls and
the bad thing is I had to get this from Tyler Tippett. I didn't even get one myself.
I'm around here somewhere.
All right.
So we've got lots of stuff to buy.
Yeah.
So
so much more to come out.
So one of the scary things for this is that these two new factions, there's no conversion kit for them.
No,
because it's
from scratch.
All new.
So
it's fresh off the line.
These are going to
need a better storage
everything,
solution,
aren't they?
They're what?
These are going to be very behind everything.
How so?
Unless they just blitz us with ships, for those factions.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, I can imagine I'm releasing 3 for each faction, right away.
Yeah, because this is it's not like, oh, there's a rebels, there's an imperials, it's just 2 factions. It's boom, boom. Here's 3 ships in each. Have fun. Start off with that. We'll keep pumping them out.
Because I mean, if you're FFG, if you can get them to spend, $60 here and $200 for this ship, and hey, we can make them buy the core set at the same time, and oh, by the way, we're going to release these other new ships. Yeah, they'll do it. People will be hitting that plastic crack pipe for months to come.
Maybe they'll come out in their own kind of box expansion. The new faction will come out with kind of like a core set equivalent for that faction, so they can catch up.
God, don't say that. Please don't fucking say a core set.
Don't give them any ideas, AJ.
I'm full of good ideas. They should hire me.
You shut your mouth.
It's gonna be the Drones Awaken fucking core set with a new damage deck and new rules. Ooh.
No, there won't be new rules because those will come on the new app for just droids. There'll be the droid app,
No, FFG won't be able to release the app because they've got to add the 2 new factions to it.
Yeah. There'll be an upcharge to the app. We know it's a free app, but if you really want to play these new factions, give us $1.99.
I haven't even gotten the first fucking factions, and now they're giving me 2 more. Come on, FFG. Just wait 5 minutes, please.
Good segue, Patrick.
I don't know.
That therapy session is going to be amazing next week.
Hey, Patrick.
It's time to go around the horn and
thanks, FFG, but you can stop now.
Let's go around the horn and ask how many factions are you planning on buying into? Or how many factions were you planning on buying into before today? And now how many factions are you buying into? Personally, I'm buying into all of them. I'm a sucker. I'm going to buy one of each of everything. It's just how I roll.
I'm a completionist. I have to have it all, even if I don't play it all.
Even in Hobbit dollars and 2 cents, buying it all.
I'm the same way, but I planned on buying 7 factions. I've been planning on buying 7 factions since 2.0 was announced. I've kind of figured that they were going to do this. We've said it before on the air. We alluded to it before that it's going to happen. I know Patrick and I have talked about it
in detail.
Sarah, what do you got?
Shut up, Patrick.
I'm the same way. I'll plan on buying into everything. I have 2 or 3 of every Imperial ship, for example, and I can't tell you the last time I flew Imperials. I just like to have one of everything. In fact, I went out and bought an original TIE Fighter expansion a few weeks ago because I never bought one. I never got in the game early enough, and of course I'm not going to use it at this point.
I just did that with B-Wings and X-Wings.
Yeah.
But now I own one of everything in 1.0.
To what end?
I'll be the same way in 2.0. I'll buy at least one of everything, for sure.
Perfect timing.
Us fucking loonies and our discretionary income.
I wish I had only just one of everything, because then I wouldn't have spent so much on the 3 and 4 of everything that I've got. I got 4 resistance bombers, for God's sakes.
I got 3.
4.
Oh,
wow. I thought 2 was bad.
I still only have 1.
And it looks like I need to buy another one.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because Patrick, what are you buying into? Are you buying everything too?
I was expecting 12. I'll settle for 7, please.
You were expecting 12 factions?
Oh, are you kidding me? They're going to keep going with this shit. Their movies are going to keep going. We have KOTOR. They could jump right into that if they want to. It's the mouse.
That's why they're going to do core sets. It's so they can easily release new factions.
They could
The
even
red
say,
controls it all.
hey, we're going to release the Ebon Hawk. It's not going to be part of a faction, but, just something that you could mix with, and then boom, another faction.
So it'll be like the damn SSD. It'll be like, hey, here's a thing you never thought you wanted or probably don't need, but go buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Like this fucking $200 thing that they just put out.
Well, and here's the thing. If they can get people to pay $200 for an Armada ship, that means that they will have to bring Epic into the 2.0 world, and then let's see what else we can really do with the Epic stuff. If you'll pay $200 for an Armada ship, you'll pay $250 for another kind of ship of the line there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I really hope that Super Star Destroyer has a card that is so good and competitive that you want 3 of them in your list.
Holy fuck.
Jeez.
Just to like rage fuck the competitive players. It's like fucking $600 for this competitive list.
Jump on that, June.
For those 3
Satan
cards.
has joined us now inside of the podcast.
Some people just like to watch the world burn along with all their 1.0 stuff.
Chris Satan Brown brings you Armada.
Man, I mean, they'll come out with the Hammerhead eventually for Epic, and people.
I want a Hammerhead. So
I know that would be so cool.
Epic,
because everybody's 3D printing them left and right.
Yeah,
I still haven't played my Sea Rock.
Neither have I, but I own one.
2 of them, and I haven't played one.
Hey, I've gotten a lot of use out of Noldro, right?
Okay, but the actual model, I have not put it on the board.
Yeah,
I played an Aldra at a store championship where she sat there with her thumb in her ass, just twiddling around in the corner, just getting actions for everybody.
Just passing that focus, baby.
That's what an Aldra does.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to fight.
Which is why I'm not getting rid of my 1.0 stuff, because I still play Epic, and I want to play Epic, and I need to have my 1.0 stuff.
I think I've played 4 games of Epic. Oh, no, 5. 5 if you count the game that I played with Gordon, where we fielded 12 TIE defenders.
Illegal board state.
So I gotta go, guys. I just got to my Airbnb, and as far as I know, my roommates might be sleeping. So
I say wake them up. It's only 11:30.
Put them on.
You're with Dutch, right?
Thanks for joining us, Sarah. Give us a yub nub and hang up.
Yep, nub.
Good night, Sarah.
Da, 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 da.
I'll try to splice that into the end.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have
good luck topping that, yub nub.
Make that a sound bit.
I felt so bad this last episode. There was a lot of good shit that I could have added into just the wackiness at the end, but I was so packed like all weekend. I had 0 time to edit. I pulled down the YouTube, added the front commercial end, and just fucking published it Monday. I felt super bad. I was like, fuck, this is just a quick, like, I hope it sounds good. It's like I edited the thing halfway, like while I was running, my 5K. Like, just fucking listen to it during that.
During your 5K.
Yeah, because I'm like when the hell else am I going to get time to listen to this? So I just threw it on, and I was like, sounds good enough while I'm running. Publish.
OCX. Doing the podcast so others don't have to, because everyone else has dropped out till 2.0.
OCX gonna give it to you.
Well, Gordon will have to put out some content now.
No,
because oh yeah, they'll put out something. They'll put a little bleeper out there.
I think Gordon should be forced to do an episode of Stay on Target with guests from all of the podcasts that he's been a guest on since he went on his hiatus.
That'd be a good episode.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I'm gonna have to contact him and twist his arm until he does it. I sent him a T-shirt. He owes me.
Get him a T-shirt.
Oh man.
Well, I don't know. I think he must be mad at me because he keeps telling me he's going to send me, a Miranda card, and he actually like took my address the last time we talked, and that was over 2 weeks.
For the
I don't think
Miranda card that the Gordon is the worst Miranda card.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That was one of the best like meta first edition alt arts I've ever seen, because you've got Miranda in her cockpit looking over to the side, and you have a TIE interceptor exploding to 3 little mini explosions, like she just dropped some cluster mines on somebody. It's beautiful.
I want this card. I so badly want this card.
What's this card from?
It's so it was artwork done by Mark Moriarty. He's from Hangar 19, the group out of Indianapolis. He does really impressive artwork. If anybody needs any art done, great guy. So Gordon got a whole bunch of them made, and he gives them out to anybody who sees him and says Gordon is the worst.
Classic.
Yeah. Really, really cool card. Impressive work done by Mark. So definitely recommend if you can get a hold of one, although 1.0 is over. So
don't forget, I'm not getting rid of my 1.0 stuff.
Oh, right. It's like if you could just get like a print of the artwork, I think that would be really cool. Like that's a piece of art I would hang on my wall. Is just nostalgia of like looking at it and going, fucking cluster mines, suck it, soon here. That's definitely one of those cards. Like I'm planning on creating a collage, well, 2 collages, one of all of my official alt arts and one of like all of the just random ones I've gotten from the community. And that's definitely one of those cards that's going to be like at the forefront of the collage. So, like, very impressive card.
Yeah, I terribly want one of those cards, but he'll eventually one day Gordon will send me one. I know he will, because I'll just hound him continuously.
That's the way to do it.
I'll just bomb the heck out of his Facebook page and Messenger and everything else.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'll go ahead and share my screen and share.
There it is.
That's the one.
Oh yeah.
There. Look at that card. It's gorgeous.
It's a good one.
Want it.
I might be able to hook you up, Padre.
New tier just getting blasted out of the side, and Miranda.
Oh, I know.
Zero fucks given. Look on her face.
Yeah, that was a cluster mine right there. Yep, there's no mistake in that. That's a cluster mine.
Should have had like Sabine looking over her shoulder.
Oh, please don't get me too excited.
Hand on the shoulder.
don't get me too excited. All right. That's okay. When they come out with the new resistance bombers and she's on one of the resistance bombers, it'll be okay.
Oh God.
Because they're going to have to put in a crew slot for the resistance bomber. They're going to have to. They're going to have to.
Why? What are they going
to do? What more do you need? You got bombs?
No, because they
look how much crew was on that ship. I feel
there
like
was 3 crew members. There was the pilot, there was the bombardier, and there was the gunner.
And someone to kick the ladder. You can't forget the ladder.
No. She was a gunner. She was a ball turd gunner.
I know.
Bombers. I like the bombs. I like them to go boom boom.
Really?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Never have noticed.
Yep.
Never picked that up.
Yep.
I won't. Riddance.
Shut up, Chico. You don't fly them. You don't understand them. Come on.
I've flown them plenty of times.
Did you enjoy it?
Considering Luke rage quit after round 2 of the game that I flew them on initially, yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
He was so angry.
Where are your bombs and your perfect information?
Oh yeah, I super did. Like just fucking wasted 2 of his ships right away. I flew triple K wings. And
Yeah.
he was like, "That's fucking dumb. I quit."
Yeah, that'll torque anybody off.
What was he running?
That was when he was practicing quick draw, backdraft, and Omega Leader. And Omega Leader evaporated.
Like bombs.
And quick draw disappeared without getting like a single revenge shot. And then it was just backdraft left. It was just nope. I still had plenty of cluster mines left.
And now we know why he's so angry.
Oh no, he was significantly angry before I even met him.
Yes, he was. He rage quit our chat.
Hey, no one's added him back. Whose turn is it?
Yes. We need a sacrificial lamb. Get on that.
I'm not doing it. I think I've put him in once.
I'll do it right now.
And then who did you put in timeout the other day, Chico?
Oh fuck! I don't even know. So
Timothy, you put Timothy in timeout. You put Timmy in timeout.
Oh, that so reminds me. A public service announcement. If I warn you to just stop talking about whatever you're talking about in the Gold Squadron stream, just stop, or I will fucking time you out, which I had to do the other day. And then the person came back in, and he was very pleasant. He didn't want to bash the player anymore, and it was nice.
Are you a mod in there?
I'm the only mod.
Wow, how'd you get that job?
I watch the stream constantly, and I've been Dion's show. I've talked to him constantly about streaming and information like that. And he goes, "Hey, do you want to be a mod?" I was like, "Yes." So I'm a moderator.
I have the power.
I'm very nice about it, but at the last stream that he did, the championship, there was a gentleman that was bashing another player, saying he was a cheater. He should be banned and yada yada. And Dion should have won that match. I was like, all right, we get it. Let it rest. And he kept going, so I had to time him out.
Nice. Doesn't it feel good putting grown men in timeout?
It doesn't though. It feels like I'm a parent, which I already am.
I'm sorry. I'm
not
a
parent, so it's fine.
I hate doing it.
I'm not a fan of the chat room on Twitch. I gotta admit, because the chat room on Twitch does not like me.
So Luke doesn't in our group.
It doesn't work.
Do we have anything else to add on here? Or are we out of content? Are we ready to close the show and just go on to random shit show?
I think we're on random. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jerry. You added Luke back to our chat.
Okay.
May his rage be swift and painless.
I know he's having a shit day anyways. He's been scrambling to finish up projects that he has to deliver at GenCon, and work called him in tonight that just threw his schedule completely off. So he's losing his mind right now. So I'm sure this is a great time to add him back in. I'm gonna get you.
Okay, so everybody who's watching right now, make sure you say hi to Luke and just dig him left and right. Make sure.
God damn it. Any of you who want your 2.0 modified OCX templates, don't.
Dude, are we really supposed to get those? I
mean, that's the plan. Oh man, I was talking to Coach today. Coach was trying to cut corners.
Really?
He found a light blue spray paint that he could just instead of hand painting all of the templates, he could just go done.
No.
But then he realized a lot of the spray paint got on like the sides of the templates, and he's like, "That's okay. I'll just grab a razor and get the paint off." The paint adhered really well.
No.
And he's having issues. So
So his templates are unique?
He lost his mind a little bit today.
They're tied right now.
So I don't know where those are at, but I just know that these templates have been the bane of his existence since 2.0 was announced. And he's having a really hard time because like he wants everybody to be happy. He wants everybody to be able to have 2.0 templates, but the fact that we got them as 1.0 as soon as 2.0 was announced just
gonna suck.
Fucked over everything. So like we're trying to do right by everybody. We just hope everybody's patient enough.
Should just use a Dremel. Just done.
Well, that's I think that's the way that Luke is doing it. Yep. He's set up a jig so that he can set the templates in there, and the Dremel will hold straight across like curves.
Yeah.
And like make the line perfect, because like the straights are so easy, but all of the curves are not not.
Why do you have to have the line go all the way through perfectly? Why not just do it right on the edge?
Well, because if you have a ship that bumps like in the middle of a maneuver, you're supposed to use that line all the way through and line it up. Yeah, completely not necessary.
No.
The only ones you really need it on.
Frankly, until I get to a point where I have some of my templates 2.0 modified, I'm going to just carry around my cardboard 2.0s with me and just use my regular ones. And then, I got to do a barrel roll, bust out my cardboard one. Boom, done.
Fun fact, I already have 2 sets of 2.0 templates.
There you go.
Some people are special.
It's like I have like 6 sets of acrylic templates. Not a single one is 2.0 ready. And like once somebody, like if it's Luke, great, because I got a local that'll do it. Otherwise, I may have to ship them out and get them done. But like all 6 of those sets are probably going to end up getting done. Maybe not my second set of crate templates. I don't need 2 sets of 2.0 crate templates. I don't need 1 set of 2.0 crate. But
nobody needs those.
I get to brag now. I'm doing this. I may be one of the only podcasters to not give out crate templates for the bounty. I don't know if there's any others. Where you at?
I don't think there's any.
Me, right here. And I've been on 2 podcasts. Since that started, I have been on 2 podcasts.
So what you're saying is we need a vassal match?
Yep.
Well, turns out that part of the reason that I haven't given those out is because I realize where that turning point is. Well, yeah, I've judged a lot, so that kind of helps. But like I've been at regionals where I suddenly realize of, oh fuck, I can either continue down this path of trying to win and turn the tide, or I can say fuck it and go after that one weak ship and fucking get some points so I'm not tabled. And I've done that a lot. And it's cost me some matches probably where I had like kind of a coin flip chance. And I just said, fuck it, I'm not giving away templates. So I call that a win.
You're so giving.
Yeah. Last time I got tabled was Skeffington at the 2015 Chicago regionals. Yeah, that was a bad match. I was flying Soontir and a mini swarm, and he had brobots. And turn 1 of combat, I land Soontir right on a rock, just barely, with both of his brobots staring at him, and I'm like, well, that's game. So.
We've all been there, though. I mean, God, how many? I've been tabled or too many times. I think Yeah,
I've been tabled.
I played my buddy the other day. He came over, we played a game, and he wanted to try some new list out with 4 ships, and I was just flying, the resistance bombers because I can until the 18th, and it was ugly. It was really, really ugly. He's like, I didn't even get half points on any of your ships. I'm like, I know, Ben. It's okay. We understand. It's all right.
Fucking bomber. A bomber.
You've only got I mean, 6 will do, but yeah, it didn't for him. It was ugly.
I kind of felt bad with my store championship when I only lost, like out of all 3 games combined, I only lost 1 Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, like first game was against like a kid that it was his first tournament ever. So I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm sorry.
Was he 12? 8-year-old?
He looked like mid-teens, like Nathan Idy kind of age.
Okay, so you crushed his hopes and dreams then.
Yeah, I super did.
Yeah.
And then second guy had Poe and Wedge. Like, those should do some damage. And just, I don't know what happened. I just fucking outworked him on that one.
There's a guy that flew the 4 TLT Title Y-Wings, and he hadn't flown in 2 months, and he fucking was just killing everybody.
Nice. BPL Y-Wings. I'll be safe right in front of them. No.
Everyone's flying X-Wings and fucking... What is not the Strikers, the other ones. The new ones. The Reapers.
Yeah.
So you just fucking just point them in a direction and just mow them down.
I think Luke is slightly miffed at being brought back into the mix.
I renamed him Quitters Don't Quit.
No, you renamed him Quitting is for Quitters, and he writes back, "You summoned me. What do you want?"
Yeah, quitting is for quitters.
How long will he last?
I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. Oh,
okay.
That was good.
Yub nubs.
Yeah.
Let's get on to some shout outs. Anybody got any shout outs?
Shout outs. Go out for Fly Casual out of Australia. Those guys have been really cool with me. They had me on their podcast last week. We had a lot of fun, so I just wanted to return the favor to them. They're a good bunch of guys. Excellent blokes. Really enjoy playing and talking with them. That's it for me.
You were on another podcast, you slut.
He was.
Well, let's talk about you, mister. I've been on 2 different podcasts. What is that? That makes you like the Super Slut 4000, dude.
Oh, no, if there's a slut, it's Gordon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Been on 1 other podcast, 3 other podcasts.
All of the podcasts. Guest appearance. My shout out's going to Onyx Squadron and their illegal system open they're running next weekend. I'm coming to win it so I can go to the Minarch Open because they're paying for flights. If they get 100 people, get on it. Enter, folks.
Absolutely.
All right. My shout out goes out to Dune, Michael Juras, shit. My brain just broke. Brent Wong. Who else is judging GenCon? I don't know who else is judging GenCon. So all those judges out there, make sure you appreciate those guys. They don't get enough appreciation as it is. So give them a shout out if you're there.
Oh, I'm so bad at shout outs now. I'll give a shout out to, of course, again, Gold Squadron. Thank you for streaming the local event and taking that torch from who the fuck's that? The people who did it before, but they couldn't make it.
The what?
The group that was doing the streams before Dion just took it over this turn.
For what?
For GenCon.
Oh, GenCon? Team Covenant.
Thank you for taking it over for Team Covenant and filling that slot.
Dion deserves that credit far more than Team Covenant does.
Absolutely.
Anyways, Team Covenant, they did their thing back in the day, but these days they just show up for the one glory match and then walk away. Like look, motherfucker, Dion's putting in the legwork. He's like, he's got the guts to sit there and slog through rounds 1 through 6. You know, don't show up for the final match. Not even.
Oh, not to mention they get enough stuff anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out for taking that fucking torch, and hopefully you retain it and just don't let go of it.
All right, what else we got, Chico? Anything? Nothing.
Okay, that's it.
Call it.
Yum nom.
Yep.
Make your mouse voice now.
Hello.
Yum nom.
I love when you do the rat.
Hey, Goofy, let's go do yum nom.
Yum nom.
We gotta get them. We are so getting used to mouse ears for the end of the show from now on.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Gosh.
Wait for it.
Yeah, he's got the ears.
It's gonna be Death Star ears. You watch. How much you want to make a bet it's the Death Star ears?
What, the Death Star ears?
Oh, I told you.
Where the fuck did you get that?
I told you.
God, that hat is overloaded with just. Oh.
No, my blood pressure's starting to go up now.
Boop, 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 boop.
It's god.
It's a
like
small world after all.
It's like Star Wars threw up on a hat.
It's got a tie string and everything.
Yes. No, I know. I told you he had one.
AJ. I mean, come on.
Told you he had one. Oh my god.
Holy fuck that hat.
And on that note, I have to go and rejoin the real world.
Oh, have fun.
Thanks, AJ.
This AJ.
It was.
I am super sad that I'm missing out on all of this.
I want that to be the R2D2 card. I really do.
See, now, I was going to figure out how to put an OCX bumper sticker on my tattoo, but I'm thinking maybe she needs a hat.
Oh, my word.
AJ, what the hell is a Tedo?
Funny, haha, hilarious.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I have not a fucking clue.
I said tattoo. Yeah.
Oh.
Had she said it with an Australian accent, you would have understood. But she said it with the New Zealand one, and therefore you can't understand it.
Oh, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo.
We're just get up over there and just.
No, I'm in the future. English has evolved. By the time you get here, you'll understand.
That's true.
All right.
We're only a day away. It's so great.
And yet you'll never catch up.
I don't think we want to.
Trying.
Well, with hats like that.
That fucking hat.
Oh my god.
The next OCX, everyone needs to have a hat.
I'm gonna order one of those. I have to.
Oh yeah.
Probably $600.
No. They're only like 35.
Oh no, because we're going prequels now.
Oh god, it's gonna get. They also make the ones with the Yoda ears.
Yes, those I've seen. It's god, just milk it for all it's worth.
Well, look, the rat needs to be able to afford Galaxy's Edge. Oh, we've seen that before.
Now this is podcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
I super can't hear in these.
What?
Or C.
All right, boys and girls, I'm outies. Till next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Wait, where are you going?
I have to go do real work.
She's going to prison. She's going back to her cell.
Yeah, I mean, they let me into the pretty cell for the last 3 hours, but now I have to go to actual work, apparently.
Yeah, Orange is the new black.
All right, folks.
Bye, AJ.
Okay, that helmet is the bomb. You need to wear that helmet with the hockey jersey.
I wore this to a tournament once. Threw people completely off.
I can't imagine why.
When you're sitting there like looking at your dials like this, and then all of a sudden you go to look at your ships and you're like,
it's like fucking Doc Martin from Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
All right, can we clearly state that FFG is making up for the money loss of all the new Star Wars movies? That's what all this cash grab is for Clone Wars.
It's got to be. It's got to be. But it made sense, though, for them to do it when they announced factions, when they were really specifying the factions. I mean, it made absolute sense. You and I talked about this for a long time, though. Yeah. I mean, we pegged it out perfectly. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, they're going to come out here. It just is.
Especially when Legion came out. I knew they were going to jump to Clone Wars. They have to.
You know, they're going to let... they will let Destiny die. They'll let...
well, Destiny's not dead yet. They had some announcements for it during the in-flight report.
Yeah.
They had a ship.
Huh?
No, that's not Destiny. Destiny's the card game.
Oh, what announcements did they make for Destiny?
Armada?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Armada.
What did they make for Destiny?
Armada's super dead. No. Destiny just has a new expansion or whatever. I really didn't pay attention. I was scrambling to take screenshots of everything else, and I was like, Destiny, fuck you, and I moved on.
They're releasing 3 expansions a year, which is fucking retarded.
For Legion?
No, for Destiny, which usually is 150 cards in each, and you need at least 2... or you can only have 2 cards per deck, but usually you want multiples in case you want to build more decks. So people are buying them by the boxes. Usually 8 of them will get you everything, and then you trade with whoever doesn't have what. I got a bunch of them. I got Destiny right back there. I'm not in it anymore.
If they would have just made it an LCG style, it may have had a chance with me. Like Luke got into it and he was trying to drag me in, but I was like, you know what? I can't do a CCG again. I'm a completionist. I would get suckered so hard. Is like,
right.
I played that Star Wars CCG, and even building these decks, just 2 weeks ago, I was buying cards off of eBay because I was fucking missing one card that might make the deck a little bit better. I'm like, fuck, what's wrong with me? This is just had to have it. And just doing that with Destiny just would not have been good. And then I was talking to Luke. He went to one tournament and he said the skill to luck ratio is just bonkers in favor of luck.
Yes. Because what you can spend your hand or cards to re-roll dice, and I've literally spent 5 cards re-rolling dice and gotten nothing, and then my opponent just rolls 12 damage, and then he gets to use all his cards.
Right. Yeah. I super couldn't get into that.
No. What killed that is they let out the first set. They did some expansion. Then it was dead for a year and a half, and then finally they just went cards. Blah, and then at that point, I couldn't keep up with spending that much money per box to keep all the cards. I was like, fuck this. That's too much shit.
So you think Imperial Assault is going to be killed off at the same time that they do Armada?
No. Based on what that guy said, we're still in the middle of a release for that. Oh, hey, look, another chunk of Star Wars card. So they said that. So there's one still coming out. There's the whatever that's coming out. A lot of people think there's going to be an Endor expansion, which I still think would be neat. Though they've done a few forest kind of things, which I think the first expansion was kind of an Endor-esque thing, or maybe that was Yavin 4. Anyways, so I don't think that's out of line, and so it's possible, but whatever. And then they were talking about doing a lot of app things, and it comes down to how in depth the app things are, because frankly, we have enough miniatures, we have enough map pieces, we have enough tokens and variety that if you give me a really solid new story and like continuously come out with more and more story, like I'll play that fucking forever. It's like that sounds like a blast to me. And like frankly, I haven't even gotten past the Hoth expansion yet playing with my group. So like I have plenty to play, and I'm not a competitive player, so just continuing on with the app and just coming out with more and more of those, like the little campaigns, sounds great to me. Sure, cool, do that.
Okay,
that's where I sit with it.
Yeah.
I haven't played the competitive side of Imperial Assault since I was a playtester.
Oh, jeez. Does Paul Heaver even play it anymore? Because he was like kind of the face of it.
Yeah, he's still
plays it. Well, you say that Paul Heaver was the face of it. Ira was more of the face of it. Paul Heaver, was the face of it because he's the face of X-Wing, and he played that. It's like Ira has always kind of topped Paul Heaver on that one, and he just sold all of his Imperial Assault. So that was a big tell for me of, clearly that's not a game that's excelling like quite a bit if he's getting out of it, unless he has just alternative motives or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it. And yeah, I never got into that game. And I think Legion killed that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Even though it's a completely different game, I think all of a sudden to where they're like, no, you can just play that game, but like over here. And people are just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're done with Imperial Assault.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing it at my store anymore. It's all, everybody's playing Legion. Legion.
We don't even really have many Legion people. Like we've always had like a decent X-Wing group. There was like a small group of Imperial Assault people, mostly people that played the campaign. Me, I just play the campaign at home with whoever from my game group I can convince to. Armada was only like 3 or 4 people. Legion is currently only like 3 or 4 people. Destiny gets a decent pull, though on like the local Star Wars Facebook groups, I never hear anybody talking about it. It's more of like a fill-in while you're waiting for X-Wing people to show up. So, I mean, for me and the local group, it's X-Wing or bust. Everything else is just a board game that you happen to have that you play sometimes.
Yeah. Our Destiny groups are actually pretty high. It's almost not comparable to Magic, but like, 20 people show up for those tournaments. They like those, alt art cards and nonsense.
Yeah, we can't pay people to play Destiny. I mean, truthfully, we had a big following, and then when everything slowed up with FFG, it just completely just imploded, and now it's like it's so dead. There's dust on the boxes, And I mean, X-Wing still goes.
You said that they slowed up quite a bit. I guess I didn't really pay attention too much.
Yeah,
because like right now it seems like they're releasing stuff like crazy, but you're saying there was a period of time where they just was slow releases.
Yeah, what Christmas. I said before.
That seems like that's the biggest mistake they could have done with that, and
that's how they killed it.
That they released like the first couple things and they were like, okay, we want to see where this goes, and then they weren't ready for, oh god, this is good. Release.
Yeah. So what happened was is they released the game. Their distributors couldn't pump out enough stuff fast enough, and everyone was just buying it up like crazy because the game was good. And then they didn't prepare for the next
popularity
edition. And then also they were trying to reprint what they already put out, and so that finally came. And then finally they put out the new stuff. By then it was already gone. And now they're playing catch up. They're just putting out stuff after stuff after stuff because they lulled for like a year and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. FFG killed that themselves.
Yeah.
They had such a hype about it coming out, and then it almost was like, yep, well, we're just not supporting it right now. We're trying to, we're having production issues. We're wanting to make sure that the quality is there. We can't get the printing done. They used every excuse that they could ever possibly have come up with, and people got bored
with the same cards.
Yeah, and when you do that, you kill off your game. I think with what FFG is doing for Armada, I mean, Patrick, you know the guys down in Australia. I mean, you know, he's been screaming for months. I need something. I need something. I need something. I mean, he's probably going to pee himself tomorrow on the show. But
they're in the chat right now.
Are they?
Fly Casual is in the chat.
Yeah, you know, so I'm sure Mars is gonna just, you know, kill himself with just excitement. But it's just not gonna. I have a tendency to agree with Chico on this one. I think it's a death knell. I think it's like, give us your last $200. Give it to us. Give it, and then it's gonna be gone.
I don't know. It might be to the fact where either they're gonna oversaturate their game Destiny so much that people aren't going to be able to form a meta because they can afford to buy all the expansions, and people will keep playing it.
Why does Chico have coconuts?
He's going to be horses. He's going to be horses.
These are my horses.
Oh,
the question is, why don't you?
Yeah.
When I picked up my helmet, they fell on the floor. I said.
It's only a model.
It's only a flesh wound.
Oh god.
So he's got special effects on his mic, and now he's got horses. I mean, Chico is like the bomb now.
You need a mic. See?
I don't have a mic. You want to see my mic?
Here's mine.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know why I have this? Because Coach told me I needed one.
Yes,
so I went out and I bought one.
My Yeti's in the box because I haven't taken it out since the recording of my stream. But...
Oh, you bought a Yeti?
Yeah, my Yeti's my main one. This is, what the fuck is this? This is a Neewer, Neewer 7000 USB.
Okay.
It really works well if you're thinking about getting into this nonsense.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to get some sort of camera so that I can film the matches that we play here poolside, and yeah, I'm not doing that yet.
No, definitely not.
Well, if you want to get a camera, the Logitech, what is it, 240 or whatever the hell this is, seems to be like the gold standard of pretty damn good.
Yeah, how much is PDG?
Not expensive.
No, this was super cheap in comparison to. Let me go to my recent orders on Amazon, and I can tell you. So this Logitech HD Pro webcam C920 does a 1080p camera, and it's $41.19.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, compared to the microphone with the arm, and there's a pop filter that I haven't found any necessity for yet. That whole combo together was $139.
Oh, for the Yeti?
Yeah, because like a Yeti by itself is like $120.
Yeah,
and then the combo, everything together, just added a few extra bucks onto it.
Yeah, my C270 Logitech, $21. Works well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're just more special than I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe if I ever get Social Security.
God.
Stop your laughing.
Can't help it.
All right. Well, I
got what happened to Mark.
You guys are welcome to keep going. Just make sure. Do you guys have the button on the bottom? Stop broadcast.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Live leave call. That's it.
You don't have stop broadcast at the bottom?
No, I think that's just you.
No, Mark is muted.
Well, he probably muted himself. Okay.
I'm here.
So then I may have to
dump us.
Yeah. Well, this will keep going, but no one watching the stream will see it.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's fine. That
thanks
means I
for
can
everybody
start talking
joining
shit
us.
about me.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm still super sad I'm not at Gen Con, but but mostly like I want to be there just so I can stare at the Super Star Destroyer and go, fuck, that looks pretty. And then
I'll send you a picture.
Walk away.
Yeah. Take a picture. It'll last longer.
Right. So, all right. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been
all
a
right,
good
Chico.
episode.
No, thank you for having us.
Yep. Talk to you guys later.
Night.